Yeah.
Yeah, when Dre's on, we could go for hours. Shout out to Dre, definitely. But we live right now.
Yeah, not me tonight. Not me tonight, though. I just took some medicine.
Yeah, we know you're under the weather. So how'd you guys' weekend go? And the Dominican Republic.
Fantastic.
Before that, you already know we're getting our drink on. Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Ain't nothing in mind but some damn tea.
Just water today for me.
Yeah, everybody's under the weather.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. I was fine earlier, like Russ said. It's just out of the blue. It's probably like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, mine's about 6 o'clock. My shit hit me too, man.
Something in that DR air, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I just I started feeling my. I said, God damn, I'm getting a fever.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the tickets to Cuba.
Yes, sir. I brought.
Ready to go.
Yep, I'm ready to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, you see that, Jorge? I told you, man. Sometimes you just need a vacation from what you do.
I mean, I'm gonna talk about my show, but man, good man. I'm getting her own place, man.
Yeah.
She rather be around Dominicans, brother. So I always say, Dominicans are nationalists. So ain't no sense you staying around here with a long face, turning my home into a house. I'm like, So I'm like, nah. And the only time she smiles is when she around Dominicans and shit. So she was happy till she dropped the baby. Then it was like, I hate being in this motherfucker. But she was suffocated. I said, all right, then get out.
Yeah. You know we lie, right? It don't matter.
Oh, I ain't know we lie.
Yeah. You should have tea in that cup.
That's all right. Shit, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, right? We on the dark side today.
Them motherfuckers need to let somebody know when they lie. But yeah,
I said we was live.
Honeymoon phase is over. So
hey, you know what? That's one of the topics we are gonna get in tonight. So
the family still with you?
Oh yeah, nah, we all good, man. Me and her are good. We're not like at each other's throats, or I'm gonna throw some bad words at you. You're gonna throw some bad words at me. Nah, I don't do all that, man. I'm not an arguer, brother. I will shut you down and block your ass. I don't do all that bullshit.
Yeah, hell no. Not here. Not here. That's not what we came here for.
Exactly.
Especially, I mean, shit, living a life of luxury. You know what I mean? Like, what are you mad about? What are you complaining about?
And look, man, you went from a 4-bedroom bath villa, right, to you want to live in this little tiny ass apartment, and she happy now. I mean, smiling.
Oh, you gave her the studio?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
My studio was huge. No, I told her find a place, but I didn't even give her a price. I wanted to see what she was going to do. I wanted to see if she wanted to get ridiculous or if she find something reasonable, nice. And she found something exactly 2-minute walking distance from my mom. That's like the whole place. I mean, it's nice, but it don't even the whole apartment don't even take up half my upstairs. But she said this is what she want. So I said, well, you know something? If this is what you want, I know you want to be around your people. You said, you're tired of that American suffocation. So I said, hey, you can have at it. So we're going to my daughter stay with me a week. She stay with her a week because I got to have influence in there. So that's where we're going to roll with that. So I'm looking for a nanny for the week that she's here with me.
Man, sorry to hear that.
Life happens, brother. Listen, man, I'm too old to get stressed out about shit.
I like that.
Way too old, brother. I'm 60. I'm on that last corner, brother. I got and I got to push at least another 18 years out to make sure she comes out all right. So yeah, I'm good though. I'm good.
Yeah,
I like that. Definitely. Let's go. Hold on.
What's the topic today?
The topic is you're not too far. We're gonna talk about red flags
Oh shit, I got a lot of
outside
those.
outside the matrix. Why do we run through them? Do we run through them? How can we stop ourselves? But shout out to all 15 of you guys in the chat. I already see you're active. Thanks for all you guys pulling up from Unk's channel, from Jorge's channel. If you're not subscribed to both, make sure you do that. Rick James, Kayla, Chris Babb, Teddy KGB with the early super chat for the culture. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys pay attention to that banner going across the super chat. Your boy Chapapa is in Brazil right now. Very special panel going tonight. Got Dre joining, but let's start the show off very nice. All right, good evening, good evening. It is May the 4th, but I'm feeling a little dark tonight. Russ got the red cup. Jorge's under the weather, but it's okay. We all gonna be drinking for him. Let us know what you're sipping on this Wednesday night. Great panel. Just want to say a quick shout out to Uncle Russell, to Jorge, for everything. If it wasn't for these gentlemen right now, you guys would not be getting Brazil videos. Tell you that Brazil is lovely. Just send these gentlemen like their own super chat and just say thank you for putting Chapapa out here in Brazil. My power had just gone out like a while ago, and then it came back like. So I'm guessing this building has backup generators, and I'm like, damn, I couldn't even get this in Santiago.
Listen to this guy.
Come on, man. I don't miss it. But the topic tonight, fellas, red flags, and why do us as men, women do too? For all my ladies watching, I don't know if Miss J's here, Kayla, women do too. Are people? Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, so are people settling more overseas, settling for things they wouldn't normally do in their home country?
Can I go?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, sometimes you don't even get those red flags. I know, like in my situation, and it's so recent. There were no red flags the whole time. Like my girl was pregnant, she was happy, she was bouncing, she was happy and smiling, and everything is good, everything is lovely, everything is peachy. It's like soon as she got to the house, it was like flatline. So I'm thinking, maybe it's some of that postpartum depression going on. So trying to be patient, trying to be loving. Then I'm like, all right, you need to snap out this shit. I said, so I brought some people that speak Spanish, talk to her, other females. And, so I used my old job, I was a behavioral analysis. That's what I did. I used to go around the country and teach every acronym in the government about behavior analysis. And I just noticed, man, every time, like if I'm not here, I'll come in the door. She's happy, smiling, with maybe a family, a friend member here. I've been there 5 minutes. It's like if I sit in the room. So it was like every time there's a Dominican around, she's happy. Every time there's just me and her, there's nothing. But partial that is my fault too, because I haven't got my Spanish up like you have it up, where we can communicate. We still, my Spanish has gotten better, and a lot of times I can say what I need to say, but she can't say what she needs to say without a translator. So but life, it is what it is. I ain't putting the blame on nobody. So but you do what you do, and you move the hell on. Mm-hmm. But it brought everything into fruition that I've been talking about over the years. About Dominicans prefer to be with Dominicans, period. Dominicans want to be with Dominicans. And that's the truth. Now, they may, like I said, they'll date a foreigner, they'll have babies by a foreigner. But their first loyalty is to a Dominican. Period.
Right. Dre, good evening, brother. Before
Good
Jorge
evening,
goes into
guys.
speed, we're talking about red flags. The red flags we're running through in foreign countries that we probably wouldn't run through back in the Matrix. And Russ is just talking about his current situation right now with the mother of his daughter living in separate places, and how, like the type of time I'm trying to be on. Listen, ain't no time for arguing or convincing. It's either you with it or you not.
No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing no trial periods, none of that shit. You with, like you said, you with it or you not. If not, let me help you get your shit.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna set you up. You're gonna be all right. Adios.
What about you, Jorge?
I mean, I think that people do run past the red flags, but to me, I really don't understand it. I really don't understand. I think it should be vice versa. If you're gonna run through red flags, it should be probably in the states. Like you got a lot of brothers or people in situations in the states where they don't have no choice but to not mind the red flags. Let's just say financial situation. They like, man, I know a couple people that they like, man, if I leave this woman, she gonna put me on child support, or I'm gonna have to split up all the assets, or I'm gonna have to move back into a smaller house or an apartment. Here, you don't have those problems. So you shouldn't be running past red flags, in my opinion. Like here, they are not going to help you financially. Out of 10 guys, or in most countries, out of 10 guys, maybe two get financial help or have to worry about those type of situations in the States. So to me, I mean, it's unfortunate, and it all comes down to, I mean, most people know what I'm gonna say, Russian. You know, not in your case though, Russ. Like I definitely understand your case. You know what I'm saying? You wanted another child. You know, you can afford it, stuff like that. But most people ain't in your situation financially.
Yeah, well,
But they want to be in a situation.
True. That's so true.
Yeah, but brother Charles said something on your chat. He says, Charles Jones. He says Dominicans sound like the Sudanese and the Ethiopians, and that's very true. A good friend of mine was married to Ethiopia, and man, they had a love-hate relationship. I know he said when he would go back to her country, I think he only did it maybe twice in probably 20 years. He said, but she was a total different person. Or when one of her relatives may have had, been fortunate enough to come and see her, it was a total different thing, and something, like I said, for better or worse, that's one of the things I love about my Dominican brothers and sisters, and that's one thing I don't like about my brothers and sisters. So it's a two-headed sword. It really is, depending on what side of the sword that you on.
And it seems that brothers that aren't Dominican or women were on the pointy end of the sword. We always on the pointy end. So Dre, are people settling more overseas, settling for things they normally wouldn't, and why?
Oh yeah, definitely selling more overseas because they were settlers in the States. They settled more than the Pilgrims did. These dudes are settlers. The only difference between them settling in the States and settling in Colombia is they got a passport. If you look back at the track record of a lot of gentlemen, they were settling in the States and they thought that they would find a better group of opportunities outside of the States. But at the end of the day, for most of these dudes, they were already settlers. They were settling for a woman that wasn't treating them right in the States, and they settled in many different ways outside of the States. So this routine of what these guys are trying to say about all the ladies is this, the ladies is that. No, dude, it always comes back to us. The equation is always the same. It always comes back to us, no matter how you put it mathematically when it comes to your decisions. Now, for one of the two reasons I see why guys settle is they worry that they're going to lose out of opportunity with that woman, whether it be short term or long term. so they settle on a price because of maybe short term. Like a brother just told me at a bar the other day. He said he met a guy in Medellin that actually blew through $100,000 in 6 months on pros.
Man, crazy.
100,000 in 6 months on pros.
That's crazy.
He was settling. He felt in the short term that he was worried that he could not get that type of woman or keep those type of women in his life, and so he settled on spending his money. But best believe he didn't start that when he was in Medellin. He started that mindset in the States. Second reason is dudes settle because out of want. They actually think that I gotta have her. This is the one. She's gonna be the queen of my life. I want this. Here's the other one that I get all the time. I want to be like Russ. I want to be like Dre, but don't want to do what took to get the qualified woman to be what Russ and I have. But they want what we have, so they imagine in their minds that this person qualifies because they may be of the same culture, the same country, the same dialect. So they assume, hey, I got one just like Russ. And come to find out, your woman is nothing like Russ' woman. Or I got one just like Andrea. And come to find out, your Colombian woman is nothing like Andrea. So a lot of times we ignore the red flags within before we ignore the red flags that are around us. And that's what I'm finding that a lot of dudes are doing. A lot of times we know our spidey senses are going off and you ignore those spidey senses all day long. But here in Colombia, it's just like, it's kind of 50-50 compared to what Russ was saying in regards to they want to marry their own. Here in Colombia, they're more nationalist in the sense of they love their country. Now, who they marry, as long as it's in the country, that's how they feel. Colombians like, we ain't really trying to go to the States like that. We'll visit. I know a lot of Colombian couples here that are married to foreign dudes, and they're like, the woman, she like, it's nice to go to your country, but my family, this is a very family-centered country. So they're more into the not so much of who they marry, of what culture, but as long as when we get married or if we're in a long-term relationship, expect to be back in my country a couple of months out of the year, at least a couple of months out of the year. And that's how they look at their nationalism. And if you can't provide that, then you got some situation y'all need to talk about. But down here, they're open to marrying non-Colombian. But it's crazy because my Colombian friends in the States, they only want to marry Colombians. Like here, they don't care. But in the States, because in Tampa, like I mentioned before, is a humongous Colombian population, huge Colombian population. And so there, you talk to them about dating outside of their culture, they ain't doing it. But those that live here, they don't care about that as much as long as they have at least keep a strong connection to their own flag and keep a strong connection to their families.
Now, are Colombians and Russ, I want you to chime in on a little bit what Dre's saying. But Dre, are Colombians are extreme nationalists? Are Dominicans are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. They are. I give a perfect example. As long as Andrea does business in certain arenas and I'm not around, she get the national connections. Soon as I walk in the room, gringo price. Soon as I walk in the room, everything got to be gringo. Like, why is when I walk in? There's been times when she tell me, "Don't you just walk by, just keep walking. You're about to mess the deal up. Keep going." So they do have that national, I'll look out for own type of mindset. This my culture, our culture, our country type of mindset. But as soon as me, the outsider, walks up, it's a totally different dance. And this happened several times. So yeah, they do have that national look out for each other type of mindset.
Yeah. Well, I know here that is exactly not only look out for each other, but we rather be with it. I mean, like I said, they'll put up with you. until maybe they feel a little suffocated, like like my girl told me.
Mhm.
But see, I'm gonna tell you, and I want guys to listen to this. As far as the money is concerned, once you've been burnt one really bad time, and I'm glad I got burnt earlier in my life by my ex-wife at 250,000. Um, I I'm gonna tell you, man, me and my wallet, we're nationalists. We're nationalists. Me and my money are flat out nationalists. Straight up, don't ask me to buy you a car. Don't ask me to buy you a
Apartment.
house, a
I heard a
motor,
dude buy a chick
nothing.
apartment.
AC.
Hey, listen, no, it's not gonna happen. And I was getting ready to buy my girl a moto, right? It's a good one. It's probably brand new, about $1,200-$1,300. I can get that. But then I said, I always put things on a 90-day test, right?
Mhm.
So, like I said, she was fine all through the pregnancy, but when she got after the baby dropped, it was like total different mode. So I said, well, no, let me see if she make it through the 90-day. And although I wanted to do it because it just made my life easier to like, here, you take care, go pay the light bill, this bill, cable bill, instead of me running around doing all this shit.
Mhm.
I'm glad I always do a 90-day test, man. So I said if she could pass 90 days after she dropped the baby, because I noticed change a little bit. And anytime I notice change, man, I'm like, Dre, my antennas start going up. And now I'm noticing every damn thing, right? Everything. So you got to be a nationalist with your money. You got to be
Yeah.
it's one thing if a girl gets you out of a few $100s here and there, it's cool. And especially if you're an older cat like myself, I can't recover the way I could recover when my ex-wife did it because I was much younger. I was in my, I think we got divorced. I was like mid-30s. So
Mhm.
I could recover. But at 60, you burn me now, man. I ain't got shit.
Yeah.
I'm wiped out. And I'm too old to be going back to the States starting over. So become a nationalist just like they are with your money.
Yeah.
Make your money your nationalist. I ain't saying go out there and worship money. But I'm saying you and your money should listen. Ain't nothing closer to me and my money. My money stay on the lock and key, bro. I ain't gonna sell no investments. I ain't gonna dip my 401. I ain't doing none of that shit for your ass. Zero zap nada. So I think cats need to wise up on that.
I
You
think
may have
that's the
dropped
main
rap
reason.
bar. Sorry,
Oh,
Hardy. Russ may have dropped rap bar of the year by saying, "Be a nationalist with your wallet. Make
Mhm.
love to your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
I
Treat
think
your
that's
wallet like how Dominicans treat Dominicans. Colombians treat Colombians." Man, that's rap bars right there. Shout out to Haitian Gunman for the super chat. He says in Haiti and DR during weekdays, if you can't talk to your girl from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., she got a man. That's facts. That's facts.
I think that's number one
Woo!
reason right there.
Global Paper. Shout out to Global Paper. You already know Chapapa TV in Brazil. Loving it, loving it. Super chat queen, Miss Felicia Jordan. How you doing?
Hey,
Prophet
boo.
Don Omar. Miss Felicia, Russell's future ex-wife. Was good. EJ Creative. Yes, it's going to be a movie tonight. This is a super, super panel. I love to pull this panel together. Continue, Jorge. What were you going to say?
No, I think that's one of the main
Let me get my
reasons.
chapapa ready. There we go.
That's
Let me
one
get
of the
chapapa
main
ready.
reasons
Now I'm ready now. I knew something
Yes,
was
people
sir.
blow through. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons people, I think, blow through the red flags. Is what Russ just said. Is the money situation. They tied it. The economy in the U.S. compared to the economy in Brazil, to the economy or how powerful their dollar is, right? So I feel that they're more laxed. When you come to one of these countries, you let your guards down because you on vacation, right? But my thing is, you got to decide. Once you get on that plane, forget when you land somewhere. Once you get on that plane, you need to decide: am I on vacation or am I searching for love? You have to make a decision because if you're on vacation, everything gonna be, oh, I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? It's only a couple dollars compared to the US. Oh, I'm not worried about if she don't got no job because it's only a couple dollars compared to the US. I'm not worried about if she cooks because I can hire somebody to cook for us because it's only a couple dollars in the US. I mean, is wherever I'm at, right? And then it gets to, I don't mind if she clean. I don't mind if she clean because it's only a couple dollars in DR to get somebody to clean your house. So now you're playing both sides. You on vacation mode because you don't mind because your money is more, right? In the DR, in Colombia, or in Brazil. But then at the same time, you searching for love. You gonna blow past every damn red flag there is. How you gonna have a woman in your house that don't cook, that don't clean, that don't got no job, but it don't matter to you because it's only a couple dollars in DR. It's only a couple dollars in Colombia. You blowing past every red flag because of the money situation. Then look at her mom. Her mom depends solely on her, right? People see it. If her mom depends on her, she ain't got no damn job. She ain't got no education. Where is she getting the money from? Maybe her mom used to do the same thing before too. So it's like generational. You moving into a situation that you blowing past every damn red flag. So the mom don't got no job. The mom don't got no education. The mom don't got no trade. The daughter is taking care of her. The daughter don't got no job. The daughter don't got no education. The daughter don't got no trade. Where is she getting the money? From guys. But then you put on the hat, oh, I'm searching for love. You gotta decide. You gotta decide. If you're searching for love, you need to find love qualities. Or you can run my Phil Jackson program and give people jobs. Give people jobs, make them earn what they get. Earn what they get.
Make sure you guys tune into Jorge's channel, My Journey with Mom. He goes through his journey with living his mother, the Dominican Republic, and giving advice from his experience, because obviously he's still living in the Dominican Republic after responsibilities. Great channel. Looking forward to your first live, so when you could really Phil Jackson the folks. But it's funny you mentioned that, and I want to open up this question to the panel and to the comments. But is it desperation? I could say it's money because you feel like you could be more, I guess, cocky, blind with your money. Like, okay, dollar to pesos, man. What's 20,000 pesos to me, man? It's whatever. But is it a form of desperation or the charm of a pretty face? And before you guys answer that, Russ, what was the mom's reaction? Because I know you said the mom like would keep her on track or would try to have her do the right thing. What was the mom's reaction to when you was like, you know what, this isn't gonna work?
Yeah, the mom, man, she was actually
want to throw off a bridge.
yeah. The mom was definitely upset with the situation because, you know, like I tried to tell her, I said, listen, if you fuck up, you messing up for your family too. Because I paid her mom, I got rid of my maid. I used to pay her mom to come in and help her out with the baby, housekeeping and stuff. So she had a monthly salary. You know what I'm saying? She had a monthly salary. So she done screwed that up for a mom because I don't need a mom no more. I don't need her over here. I mean, she's a lovely woman and all, and you know, and I still, you know, text and say, but she screwed up for her family. Now, I don't know how, you know, what's going to happen with them. I mean, they're cool. That's her daughter, so you know she's going to look out for her daughter. But I do know that that's going to put some serious financial strain on the mom. And the mom right now ain't getting in her business, but she's battling something right now. And the last thing she needs to do is worry about, you know, food and rent and everything like that. But this is how selfish the girl is. You know, if I'm gonna tell you, man, I would eat bullets lined with glass for my mother. Period. Period. I'm 100% have been a mama's boy for years. And anything that hurt my mother, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. I gotta eat it until I figure out a way where I can, you know, uh, throw the sandwich away. Like we say in the Navy, life is a shit sandwich. How big a bite you take is up to you. But certainly, man, you would think that she would have her family best value in mind because, like I said, with the place she picked out and how she want to live, listen. I got no issue with it. The place is nice. It's decent for a Dominican neighborhood. Like I said, I did not give her a price tag. I just said find a place, and if that's where you showed me where you know who you are. Like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And I know, like with her, well, maybe her signs were, like I said, when she came home, she just flatlined. So it wasn't cooking, and she would cook what she wanted to. It wasn't paying attention to detail on anything. I mean, she would, change the sheets, and I usually have about 6 pillows on my bed because I like a lot of pillows. And she put like 4 pillowcases. The other 2, I'm like, I'll let 2-3 days go by. I'm like, aren't you gonna put pillowcases on these other pillows? Why they don't have no pillow? Did you burn all the rest of the pillowcase? So little shit like that. So yeah, so those signs, and like I said, when I start seeing, her cutting back on cooking, I came home one day, and man, I had to really compose myself. Like I came in, I went to the kitchen, saw all the pots and pans and shit, and you could tell when somebody's cooked, made a meal. And so usually she'll make a meal, put mine on the side in the refrigerator in the microwave. So I'm looking in the microwave, I'm looking in the refrigerator. So I said, mi amor, I said, ¿Dónde es mi plata? She said, I said, ¿Dónde es mi plata? Silence. The mom was here, both sisters was here. Nobody said shit. Everybody eyes looking like this. I had to go to McDonald's and grab something to eat.
Man.
I said I could take this one or two ways, but I'm not that dude, man, that I'm going to just totally blow up and embarrass people, man. So,
Right.
but that was like a red flag. So that's why when I originally talked to her last week, I said, well, listen, maybe you need to go stay a week at your mom's house so that you would appreciate what you got and how you live. And she said something smart, and I don't do attitude. I don't do attitude. So I said, well, with that comment, make it permanent. She said, I said, make it permanent. And she's been happy ever since. And I wake up now, no stress, because it was starting to stress me out. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm back to waking up, man. Just wondering, okay, what time I'm gonna take my shower today. So I'm back to that. I'm good.
It's crazy how you said something about selfishness, and Jorge would mention the jobs, and we could all agree how Dominicans love each other, but at the same time they hate each other because if your family, like you said, you put their family in a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like Grandpa, I won the golden ticket.
Right.
Your family is happy. If you guys will see Russ's crib, sorry, Russ, but you don't want to leave? Pool, gated community, all of that. Your mom has a job. Your sisters are going through this or that. But just that selfishness in you, where it's like Russ said, you don't want to bite the bullet, eat the glass. And you don't even have to bite the bullet, eat the glass. Just do what you do normally for other people, for someone who's not of your nation. Which I don't get. Jorge, I know you look like you want to say something about that.
Yo, this is why
I know.
people think I'm crazy.
I think I already know where you're going with it.
This is why Jorge, there is not a person on this world, forget this island, on this world that's going to convince me otherwise. I handle business first, then let's have fun later. So this is why I implement the contract. This is what I'm expecting. This is what you're expecting. Now let's move forward from here. If we don't agree on that, you've seen my situation. Sometimes we be, And I'm not talking about, I don't want no damn fried plantain, no boiled plantain with some eggs and some salami. No, we gotta have real meals in my house. I'm talking about desserts, salad, entree, all that. Because this is disgust. I'm talking about omelets for the breakfast. This is disgust. I don't care if you're mad, just like you don't care if I'm mad. I still got to take care of these bills, right? I still have to do it. So this is why when you travel to one of these countries, you got to understand. Like for her, she thinks that that's what you're supposed to do, and in most of these countries, that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, oh, well, you got it. That's what you're supposed to do. Not to say that is right, but I'm not going to argue with stupid. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? I got enough stress. Look at my grade. I'm not arguing with it, so I'm not going to change it. So I know how you operate. So guess what? Let's just do the business side first and then have fun later. There's nobody in this world that's going to convince me otherwise. And everybody that I've had business like that with, they happy. They leave better than what they came in, and we all good.
Listen,
I like how
not
you put that. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't get these guys, but not because Jorge is my boy, but I really want him to get these last so you guys can see he has it perfected to his T. The women, sorry, Jorge, he has a contract with banging. His situation banging. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, clockwork. Laundry, clean, clockwork. No fighting, no this and that, no responsibilities. You know what you have to do. If you don't like it, understand there's the door.
Absolutely.
They'll say they don't like it, but they don't walk through the door. Shout out to KGB for the super chat. Russ, he asks, Russ, do you think she's dealing with postpartum depression?
That's what I was thinking at first. So I let about the first 6 weeks go by because my daughter, she's turning 2, so she'll be 2 months. 2 months, not 2 years old. So I let I let the first 6 weeks go by, and I'm talking to her, and I'm taking her to go get a massage, and relax, and I'm like, all right, well, let's do a date night. So that's what I'm thinking, but it wasn't that. It was not postpartum depression because you can't snap out of it like that.
True.
Some people have what I call poverty mindset, and she has a poverty mindset. Like she'd rather live a lot. She's more comfortable living in a Dominican neighborhood without any of the amenities that she was living with here, without any of the frills, less money, less everything. But this is her mindset. She's more comfortable in that environment. Like me, I like to go to hole in the walls, right? But that don't mean I want to live in a hole in the wall. Right. But if somebody said, "Man, let's go to the Marriott, country club," or they got this badass hole in the wall that they got some serious down home music, I'm gonna go to the hole in the wall. I ain't gonna lie to you. But when I leave, I'm going back to my villa. It's one thing visiting. It's another thing that you want to stay there. But some people have that poverty mindset where they can't see, or feel uncomfortable when they start doing better. I know when I brought my first house years ago, I was uncomfortable in my own home because how I grew up, I never thought I would own a home. And I swear to God, man, for like 6 months, I was waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, man, get out my house." I really was, because I had that poverty mindset, so I know what I'm talking about. And it was crazy, man, because I had to keep. I remember me and my wife was like 10 years older than me, so she had a little bit more wisdom. And she was like, "Baby, relax." She said, "This is you. Your name is on it. You got that VA loan." She says, "We good. We good." But for 6 months, man, it took me to like really get comfortable. And even after I bringing it up more today, even after I retired, I've always lived off 80% of my income. 20% had to go into investment savings. Some call it sort of vehicle where I won't touch it. And I was still in that mode even after the first year and a half of me living down here. And I remember talking to my brother Clarence, and I was like, man, I seen some. I said, but 700. I said, man, I'll put 3.5 away this week, and next month I'll go ahead and I'm gonna knock it out. And he said, what the hell is wrong with you? I said, what are you talking about? He said, bro, you got the money, right? I said, yeah. I said, but I don't spend all. He says, bro, you got solid income coming in every month. He said, you got investments, you got a 401. He says, if you want something $700, spend the goddamn money. And it took a minute for me to like even come off of that. When I could go to 80, I could go to 81%, I could go to 90%, I could go to 100%. Hell, I could go to 110 this month. It's not going to hurt me. So that poverty mindset, man, is real. It's real, and some people are very comfortable there, especially if that's all they know. Like her coming over here, living in a gated community, opening the doors, seeing the goddamn Atlantic Ocean, having everything that you want. That's some unknown shit. I guess she felt like she was, in the Planet of Oz, because she clearly said, I felt like I was suffocating. So but as soon as she got back into that poverty mentality, and I'm back around other folks, that's like me, then I'm telling you, man, like instantly, she come over. I have never seen her looking like she looked the other day when she came in. After her pregnancy, came in looking bright. I mean, colors back in her face. I mean, just smiling, relaxed. I ain't seen her like that since she wasn't, since she was pregnant. Because she was very happy when she was pregnant. But I'm telling you, man, now that she's back in that poverty mindset and back around people living like that, she's comfortable in that place.
Yeah.
Dre, I know you wanted to say something. I got a few comments.
I was about to say, after Jorge spoke, I'm in agreement with him. The one thing that Andre and I have with our relationship, and even prior to when we met each other, there's a business side to relationships that's often ignored. And that's why I said, you guys have heard me say it in times, I wasn't looking for a wife, I was looking for a family. And so I analyzed not just my wife, who she's a great catch, but I analyzed the type of family that I was getting ready to connect myself with, and that was about to be connected with me. And just like in Jorge's case, even if the whole family couldn't pass the test of what my expectations were and what my standards were, I'm moving on. Not just my woman, the whole family, dad's side and mom's side. I'm not trying to sit back and be, I don't have no cape for nobody. I'm too old to be rescue ranger. I can't do none of that stuff at this stage of life. All I can do is just really focus and enjoy the rest of this thing that I got left. And so at the end of the day, Andre could have been a great, great catch. But if her family dynamic didn't allow her, for example, to be the type of person like me and Jorge expects, even if Andrea wanted to, her family or her past, just like you said, Russ, would hold her back. So I purposely looked for somebody that came from a unit with the type of mindset that I needed. And so with her, if the family was business oriented, if the family had jobs, and my wife's family on the mother's and the father's side, it's only two people that don't work in all the generations: the group of kids and the two grandmothers that are still alive. Other than that, when the son come up, everybody working. Unless the uncles that own land on this side of the country, the uncles that got businesses on that side of the country, mom and dad going to work, all the uncles, aunties going to work, Andrea work, and I'm work. Everybody got something to contribute to the success of the legacy of the family. And so that's probably what my greatest advice is for that, or red flag that guys ignore. They don't ignore that whether she's beautiful. They don't ignore whether she's cooperative, whether she can cook and all that. They ignore the environment where she's coming from, because she will imitate eventually showcase and imitate the environment that they come from. I noticed that in these countries, to whereas we in our country, you can have a girl that come from a broke area and she could turn her life around. You will never know that she was broke. You'll never know that her mom and dad were from the east side back alleys of Detroit. You never know that. You never know that her mom and dad were both just like you see a football player or a president, and they'll say, or some of the smartest people in the United States, and they'll say, well, what do your mom and dad do? My dad was a butcher, my mother was a school teacher. In the States, a person can move up, we all want our kids to be better than us. Not down here. They don't teach that down here. They don't sound like they teach that in DR, the better than, and bring the next generation up. And so I had to make sure my wife came from one of the few families that does teach better than. We want our daughters and sons to be better than. For Andrea and her brother to have gone through college successfully and graduated, that's not the norm here in Colombia. I don't know how it is in DR, but that's not the norm for a family to put 2 children through college. He's long 1 child, because you coming out of paper down here, just like you would in the States. And there is no scholarships and there is no Pell Grants. It's the parents coming straight out of pocket. So since I knew I was coming, I was connecting I know it's like I'm battling a little bit, but my point is, if anybody was to ask me what the biggest red flag that I would suggest for dudes, if they're looking for somebody serious, look at the family. And if the family does not stand up to what your standards are, I don't care if she's sweet as bear meat, let her go. Because I have yet to see hear from dudes from DR or hear from dudes in Colombia talk about how the person veered away from how their family actually are. Usually they kind of imitate what their family are. And so if their family's not more straightforward, family, they're going to imitate that. And so I'm 100% with Jorge in regards to the business side, the contractual agreement side of the relationship, because that's how Andre and I do it. We'll tell you in a minute. This is a business first, love second. And she talks just like I do.
Yep. Love that. Shout out to AC, my boy AC. He says, salute to all kings. Russ, keeping it a buck. All of you keeping it a buck 100%. This is so priceless. Jorge saved me more than 30,000 pesos. Listen, and that's true. If you guys was the last live, Jorge AC came on. He spoke about how he was in a situation sending a girl more than this amount. 30,000 is like $600 a month, and she didn't do anything for the dude, and came in, was honest, and that's the thing. We got to be honest with ourselves. We can't let the dollar to whatever peso, whatever you're in currency, switch it up, blind you, have you prideful, whatever. So, definitely. Charles Jones says, "Man, that's sad. Maybe she realize how good she has it, and understand she made a poor decision." And that's my next question for the panel. Let me get to some of these comments. Ruth says, "Shout out to Ruth, all the ladies in chat. People love money. They would smile and pretend to love you, but they are after the money." That's definitely AC again. No saving them, or you'll be a stimulus package. I like that.
I can't agree with Ruth. I can't agree with Ruth because Russ's scenario is 100% proof. You can put a person in an economic situation that will bring them success, and they had the opportunity to economically be taken care of like a woman in the States would want to be taken care of, and yet have such a poverty mindset that they will walk away from economic opportunity to advance. So people say they love money, but we quite often see in these countries that we're going to, these people initially say that they want it or pretend like they want it, but at the end of the day, like he just said, that poverty mindset is so strong because it stems from the family once again that they have nothing wrong with going back to the type of environment in which they originally came from and be happy and be glowing without the money. We'll be so happy and at peace, Shangri-La in a shack. So I can't agree that all people, I wouldn't even say most people, because I know people in the States that say they bought a $500,000 house and yet they're unhappy and they were happy in their 2-bedroom shack.
They say money don't buy happiness. But this question, I want to open up this question for all of you guys, so everyone's answer first. Do you guys think, because, and I'm gonna get into my situation first. I will say yes, but in these countries and for us situation right now, when we know that there's the mindset, like Russ said, like the poor man's, poor woman's mindset, the poverty mindset. Do you guys think she'll realize she had it good and she'll be back? Too young, too prideful. For me, if it's one thing I experienced in the DR, it's pride. You would have thought pride filled stomachs, pride paid the bills, pride was a 2022 Mercedes Benz. That's how much pride is valued. And with the Latin American company, especially in the Dominican Republic. Whoever wants to go first, you guys think she'll be back?
Of course, without a doubt. But here's the thing: most times, not in a rush situation. I'm not saying that, but in most cases, they don't come back because they feel a certain way about you. They come back because they miss the lifestyle in the situation. That's it's like
That's what I was going to
it's
say.
like I said last time. Most of them is the difference when they like you. Like when when a chick really likes you. Yeah, she needs your help, but at the same time they like you. In some cases, it don't matter what you do because they only tolerating the person for whatever reason. So when they come back, it's because they miss the situation. But me personally, ain't no way. You messed it up. I gave you everything in the world that you could have wanted. It ain't no comeback. Not to come back with the me flip the bill again. It doesn't make any sense to me. But
And no, I'm gonna tell you, my record for taking ex-girlfriends back is like how many thousands to zero. Like I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. And as a matter of fact, because I moved it. I'm moving into this other place because where her mom lived, I just can't let my daughter, live there. So, but everything is in my name. I'm gonna have a set of keys. The apartment's in my name. The light bill's in my name. The Wi-Fi, everything. She asked me today. She said, "Well, hey, listen, do you mind if we put these things in my mother's name?" I said, "Is your mother gonna pay the bills? If your mother gonna pay the bills, I would be more than happy to put the rental contract, the cable, everything, I would be more than happy to put it in her name." Of course, we know the answer to that. But and it's not that, no, it is. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it is a controlling thing, right? Because but I need to control the situation because I have a child in it. And that's why I made her agree to, we're gonna co-parent, but we're going to do the 1 week with my daughter's with you, 1 week my daughter's with me, because I need her to grow up in an environment where she knows the difference. You can live like this, or you can live like that. And when my daughter gets a certain age, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna belie her mother, but I would say, hey, this was your mother's choice. Your mother lived with me. But I want her to see the difference. And quite frankly, I'll probably, once she starts walking and talking and all that, I just might make her cash off with it. Have my daughter just stay with me permanently, still do what I'm doing with her, and she can still keep the money, but just let my daughter stay permanently in my house, especially after she starts pre-K, because I'll have her in pre-K by the time she's 3 years old.
Right.
And she's gonna be able to make a living because I paid for it. She wanted to be a hairstylist, so there was this course. She said it cost X thousands of pesos. I said fine, so I paid for it. She's graduating this Saturday from that course. I said I hope it does, because when you want that extra money, it ain't gonna be. But I'm paying the bills. I'm gonna make sure that my daughter's comfortable, and you benefit off my daughter. And like I said, man, it's nothing that's going to hurt me. Matter of fact, after I filed paperwork to get my daughter her passport, I mean, between Social Security and some other benefits, that's going to put another $1,000 in my pocket just for having my daughter. So
let's go.
You know, it's all good. It's all good. But I need to control and monitor that situation. I need to control and monitor the situation. So I'll have the keys, and everything is in my name.
Yeah, this is definitely I didn't expect
That's what Dominicans do.
yeah, exactly. I didn't expect this honestly, fellas, I didn't expect this conversation to get this good tonight. But shout out to Zoom to Thailand and the chat.
Shout out Richie Mack.
Make sure you guys go check out his channel. Definitely good channel, good content. Fellas, let me know what you think. I think I'm dropping a link and open it up to expats who are watching right now, other expats or travelers. Meaning, if you're traveling more than 60% of the year, I'm gonna drop the link. Chime in for like maybe 2 minutes at a time. But this is a comment that caught my attention, and I want to get into that chop up our honesty hour. Truth Traveler, shout out to him, says, you cannot bring these women that are poor into a good situation because they have a lazy mindset. That's why they're poor. Now, as Jorge said, you guys know Phil Jackson over there, they'll come back because they know they'll miss the situation. They'll think when it's blazing 98 degrees, sun cooking through the tin roof like a hot pocket, man, I sure missed that pool that was in the backyard. Or I missed the access to the bar, or I missed the fact that I could invite my friends over and it was no problem.
Or the
AC.
double mattress. Or the
AC.
double mattress.
The double mattress with the 6 pillows and the 85-inch of the bedroom. Listen, y'all, it ain't no secret that I'm in Brazil right now. And the other day I had one of my subscribers comment on a video. He said, Chapapa, why didn't you tell us? And this goes back to the mindset. He said, Chapapa, why didn't you tell us that you helped your ex-girlfriend with a YouTube channel? Now, for those of you who don't know, when I started my channel, before I even met Dre, before I even knew about the brother, I was like, you know what? It'll be dope to have a channel with a woman, foreign countries, go through life, this and that. I explained it to her, wasn't interested because she didn't see the money. It took too much time, took too much patience, that I wasn't invested. So I helped her with her channel. Long story short, edited her first 2 videos. Sat down with her, taught her how to edit the program, all that stuff. Wasn't interested, didn't pay attention. So the brother said, listen, I could tell it was you. And y'all know I don't lie on this channel. He said, I could tell it was you that edited the videos because the first 2 were great. And then after that, quality was caca. So with the mindset, it kind of goes like you could teach a man how to what is it? You teach a man how to fish for a lifetime, he eats for a lifetime, or you bring a horse to water, drink. It's all of that with the lazy mindset. So fast forward, I'm here in Brazil now. You guys see the videos, you guys see the pictures, the shorts. Sunday, this chick managed to find a way to contact me. Why? Talking about, oh, I want to come back. I'm sorry. I love you. Da da da. This and that. I was wrong. Da da da. And luckily, I went to the school of all these senseis right here. I'm gonna call them the senseis. The senseis. All of these Mr. Miyagi's that you see on your screen. I went to all their schools. So I'm like, you miss me, or you really like this view of this beach that I'm walking on right now with the mountains in the background and the fine Brazilian tans and the bikinis and the booger woogers walking the camera. What you miss exactly? Bro, I blocked this chick, found a way to contact me, seen other women on the channel, felt some type of way. My point is they'll be back because in the moment they're too prideful. Like I said, pride is a Ferrari in these countries. They're too prideful to get out and take an Uber.
Wow.
Man.
That's crazy. I I'm like Russ, man. You can't I use the word X to spell next. I don't do get back. I'm not a get back artist at all. If it's over, you ain't never got to worry about me smashing you again. You ain't part of my circle again. As far as like I'm gonna come back and try to hit it in 3 months. I'm not that dude. I ain't nostalgic like that when it comes to a female. I am a cut off artist from day one, from my teenage years. My mother said this. She said, "I've never seen a man that could love a woman so much one day, and when it's over, you can walk past her like you never met her in life, with no attitude, with no anger, with no malice. If it's over, I move on, you move on. I may gotta go through my disappointments and hurt of what went on, but you'll never ever have to worry about me coming back. No ex could ever say Andre came back to get his smash in or try to call me back. None, not a. I'm like you gentlemen. My motto is X means next. X means next. Who's next up in line? I love Andrea. If it doesn't, God forbid, if it doesn't work out with my wife, she never had to worry about me coming back, talk about some baby one more time. I don't do one more times. No.
Ain't no Britney Spears over here.
No, ain't none of that, man. You can't cry me a river. I'm not Justin Timberlake. I'm not even asking for you to cry me a river. Sail
hit
down
me, baby,
the river.
one more
That's
time.
what you need to do.
Man, and Dre, I don't know if you know, but it's May 4th. You know, May the 4th be with you.
Make the 4th be with you. Yeah.
But I'm on my dark. I'm on my dark side tonight, so I just want to talk my shit a little.
Go ahead, brother.
You know, in the words of Mac Miller, rest in peace. The man said, "I'm in a new crib, a few itches. I beat the system. Shit, I left the church and found religion, and I ain't been wrong in so long." Like Russ just said a few minutes ago, I could wake up and not have to worry about shit.
I caught that.
Each day while I'm showering. I ain't been wrong in so long, and it feels so right.
Yeah.
No fighting.
Yeah.
I'm on the dark side.
Well, let me jump in here real quick just to say this. Like I said, if she likes, that Dominican mindset, I'm cool with that. But that's why I grabbed the keys and I put everything in my name. Dominican, let me tell you, if a chick have a baby with a Dominican dude, and I've told dudes this, that's why I would never seriously date a woman with a kid, because that Dominican dude still hitting. There's something about when chicks date, it's something about, man, them fathers, unless he's like he cut out on her because he don't want nothing to do with the child, he don't want to pay. But for those cats that are paying and helping, they still hit it. I'm telling you, they hit it. So I ain't gonna lie, never get back together, but I call it paying the rent. I call it, I got to get something.
So in other words,
get that.
It's free. That's all I'm saying. I need something.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
You can still have your man, whatever, but as long as he don't come up in the crib. But no, I'm gonna do the Dominican thing. No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna still.
See what I'm saying? In other words, I caught that a minute ago.
What you got, Jorge?
Man, I'm gonna go back to what I always say, man. I know I'm a broken record. To be honest, people already know my system, yo. That is why what you just finished hearing is why I do business the correct way. Nobody has ever had good business. See, there's a difference between good business and bad business. Bad business, you feel cheated. One side feel cheated. Good business, both parties are happy when they walk away from the transaction. So I can't agree. If you hit me up, I'm knocking it down, me personally, like that, because we don't have that type of connection where, I'm in love. Usually, like, yes, when you in love and you don't want nothing to do with it. You burn that bridge, but me, man, it all mean the same to me, to be honest with you. But if you put them on contract from the beginning, you don't have none of these problems. And then do what they do. Do what they do. Take their system. Play the long game. Number one, you already covering the foundation, right? So you got the contract. So you already getting everything that you want. Then it's up to her after a year, after 2 years, after 3 years to play the long game. If she been playing the long game that long, you still won. You still won in my book, right? Because you're getting everything that you want. But the problem is people rush. Chopper, I know you rush. people rush when you're gonna get the same thing. One person tell me, just one person tell me, what is the benefit? What is the benefit of buying the whole cow when you can eat what you want per pound and how you want? That's what they say here. They say, don't buy the cow when you can eat per pound. It's cheaper, right? Than buying the whole cow. That's what they say here, but it sounds funny in English, but it's saying in Spanish. You know, don't buy the whole cow when you can eat per pound. You know, you go to the buffet place. I know in Maryland they have them, the little buffet place. You put everything you want. Okay, I want 2 ribs. I'm gonna put it on my plate. I want 3 pieces of shrimp. I'm gonna put it on my plate. I want some steak. I'm gonna put it on my plate. How much is it? They weigh it and you walk out. What if you would have bought the whole damn bag of shrimp, the whole damn bag of steak, the whole? It's gonna be more expensive and more stress. I don't argue. I've been here for a year and a half. I've never argued. I don't have no problems. No problems.
Let me we got our first subscriber jumping in. Let me add Los. Los, what's going on?
Oh Lord, I don't even know you to put me. What's going on, gentlemen? All right, Chopper TV, TMD, Drake, my journey with mom. Yeah, man, I just got the link here. You know, was tuning in and sitting back listening to all of the stories going on and stuff. I subscribe to your channel, man, just off of the topic alone. So
appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt. I didn't even know about your channel, to be honest with you. And then the fact that you just said you lived in Brazil, you've been living in Brazil. So, but
just got to Brazil. I'm still living in DR, selling my stuff. Anybody want to buy? But I'm heading.
Okay, no doubt. Well, yeah, I live in Colombia, Bogota, full time. So you know, I've been here for 14 months. But anyhow, you know, just to jump right in on the topic which I was talking about, because my situation is a little unique too. You know, I got a main lady up in Cartagena, you know, and this poverty mindset, what TMD was just talking about, Russ was just talking about. I actually have the anomaly of the situation. And then to add in what Dre was talking about the family, because I look at that too, you know what I mean? And coming down here, a lot of the times you got to take care of the family as well as who you dating at the same time, you know. And I got a little taste of that, you know, back in 2020. And I got stuck over here in Colombia during the height of the pandemic or whatever. But anyhow, so I learned a few things in this process, this situation. But I happen to have a female who actually wants something out of life, you know. So right now I take care of her school. She's going to school to be a police officer, you know, to work the forensics and go in the street and deal with the aftermath of a crime or whatever the case. That's what she like dealing with. So, you know, she went out. She's the only one in her family to graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to go to college. She wants better life for her children, which is another negative. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the entire picture from my standpoint, coming from America, you know, it was not so much of a negative for me per se, because I can deal with the situation. It's not a whole lot. You know, I take care of their schooling too. You know, they in a private school setting. So, you know what I mean? But this is because of what she wants for them. You know, but she showed enough to me over time that I was like, you know what? Why can't I help her? You know what I'm saying? And she, you know, and then she's providing certain things for me that I would expect from, you know, a female in the situation. You know, the problem that I really have is that she had her kids young. You know what I'm saying? Their daddy is absent. He's not in their life at all. He don't help, do no money. Like Russ was just saying, he don't pay for nothing. He never really bought them nothing. They talk to him from time to time, like every 2 or 3 weeks. Because I asked the kids, have you talked to your father? Whatever the case, you know, yeah, we talk to him, you know, briefly. It's not long conversations or whatever. And I don't understand that. Why is it that way? But that's just how it is. And you know, because of that factor, you know what I mean? They call me dad. You know what I'm saying? Like kids, 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, a son and a daughter. They call me dad because I do all the dad stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like go to I pay for them for taekwondo. Well, I did that on my own because the boy was soft, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I need him to toughen up. So when we walking around in the streets and I might need some backup assistance for whatever reason, need him to be tough enough to be able to kind of help and protect my back or whatever, you know, pick up a rock or something, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and go from there. But you know, the problem with my scenario is that because she had a kid so young, like she was 17 when she had her son, she's still wanting to live the lifestyle as if she was 23 and 24. You know what I'm saying? So I have to battle with that sometimes back and forward with her to let her know that there are priorities in life. You know what I'm saying? You can't run off to go get your nails done and your hair done when you got to put fucking food in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? When these kids need to have this and that done, you know what I'm saying? You can't want to be sitting back and going to party with your friends because the ones that you go to school with, because they have a party, and leave the kids sitting in the house at night, you know what I'm saying, wondering when you're gonna come home and stuff like that. So that's my dilemma. So what I did to that situation, I got three of them lined up. So when you fail, if you fail, you know what I'm saying, then I go. But I made sure that the other three that I have don't have all that extra stuff that she got, kids, all this other things going on. So you know, that's how I'm playing my situation.
So Los, was that your red flag to you in a foreign country? The fact that, how old you said she was?
Oh, she's 10 years younger, so she's 32.
She's 32, acting 23, and you're
not all the time. She does
not all the time,
and because of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like to answer your question, for me, it's a red flag. You know what I'm saying? Because I need you to understand needs over wants, and that's having your priorities in order. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to have fun sometimes and do this and do that. I got it. You know what I'm saying? But when you trying to, we've been dealing with each other for 36 months, 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And there was a 6-month time frame where I stopped doing everything. I didn't send no money. I wasn't paying no rent. Wasn't doing none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because in her mind, I felt like she was taking a little advantage of the situation. I felt like, so I just pulled back, stopped it all together. And like what my journey with mom was saying, you know what I mean? She started realizing how good she had it, you know, and then calling me, baby, is no fool. La, la, la. Okay, deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of my problem. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Los,
yeah.
You want the hard truth or you want the... Go ahead.
I already know what you're going to say, brother. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that said it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, whatever the hard truth is, you can bang it out. You straight shooter with me.
All right. No homo. I ain't gay. None of us on this panel is gay, right? Number one, you financially set, right?
Shout out to all the gay people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just saying, I know how Russ get down. I know how, you know. So you named a couple things in there that I know you travel, everybody travel, but it's like I said in the beginning of this, sometimes you got to know which hat you got on, right? So either you traveling for love, or back to what we were saying, you're going to blow through the red flags, right? So you emotionally attached, so you probably see the red flags, but you don't really see them. You know what I'm saying? All of us been through that. I know I've been through that. So here's the thing. Number one, you live in in Bogota. She live in Cartagena, right? Number two, what Russ said, your money. The first thing I could tell you, you already said you pay for karate, you pay for the housing, you pay for the food, you pay for the schooling, right?
Which amounts to about maybe $300 to $400 a month.
See, there it goes.
Really.
You said dollars though, right? You converting it back to what we said at the beginning of the live is you converting it to dollars, right? Then you said, where does she work at now? You told me what you're trying to invest in her to create the woman that you want. But my brother, you financially stable. You move to another country, which most people can't escape the matrix. Shouldn't be trying to build somebody that you want. It should already be there.
Well, that's why I started off with my point. My situation is very unique, brother. It's not as a matter of fact, I might be in a 1% situation because she was already down this path before we even got started. She was already doing this. You see what I'm saying? I didn't force her to do this. You know what I'm saying? I invested more into the situation because I want to see her succeed. She hadn't already got a 2-year education degree when I started dating her. She was already on that path. You know what I'm saying? Before I even showed up.
Listen to what I'm saying, though. Listen to what I'm saying. It's easy to love somebody. You see it as 350. That's the problem. That's the problem with most of us guys. We see it as US dollar. You see it at 350. You sound like a great guy, right? But what are you getting besides, like I said, what does she do for a living?
Well,
If you don't mind me
go
asking.
to school. You know what I'm saying? That's what she got to do. Because it's hard for these females. It's hard for people to get a job down here in general. You know
So hold on, Jorge. Before we get into that, I know Russ want to say something. Russ, I want to let Russ and Andre talk, so everybody get a fair chance to talk with Lo. So you gentlemen go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very quick. What's up, brother? First of all, man, appreciate
what's going
on. Los, I know you think you're in a unique situation, but you actually in a very common situation, brother. I mean, like, if you look at a pyramid, that situation is on the bottom. It's like straight across the bottom, catching everything. But it's not a unique situation because you got a lot of guys down here playing Captain Sable. You know, my situation is unique because I got a baby. I got to make sure that my baby has a decent place to sleep. They got lights, there's some food. So that's, what I'm doing is for my child. And like I said, like Jorge say, you a great dude. You're a great catch. However, I don't think you're getting out of the situation what you put investing into the situation.
What about you, Dre?
I'll say this about all red flags. Los, one of my closest partners. So we've had this conversation over a few years. So I'm going to, in regards to what I have to say, he already knows what I have to say about the situation, and I'm not going to. I'll just keep our conversations private. But when it comes to red flags for anybody in any situation that may seem somewhat questionable, first question you want to ask is this the best for you? Because we got our passports and traveled these countries and left some of the mess behind that we were dealing with women. And can we honestly say that this is the best that we could come up with? A female that lives in a tent, a female that's halfway finished with their education, a female that don't want to even make a bed, a female that don't want to cook, a female that don't want to pray for you. Is this the best? You tell me this is the best that you could come up with after working all that time, getting out of that cubicle, finally getting out of the military, got your retirement money, whoever it may be, finally, making the money that you need to make as an entrepreneur. So now you can travel a lot more with your passport. And you telling me that at the end of the day, this is the best that God got for you. This person that's standing in front of you right now. If you cannot say that is the best option for you, then you may want to ask yourself, okay, I gotta ask myself, why am I looking at this option as it's my best? That's the number two. Why is this person the best option for me? Because you guys have followed the journey of Andre and Andrea 4 years. We haven't hidden anything from you guys, and all you've ever saw was this woman and I advance. Wasn't no surprise. Pregnancies, not one time we've ever had a moment like, oh, we got a surprise. No surprise. Pregnancy, not talk about anybody in general. I'm just saying that how we discipline ourselves with the business side. You haven't seen anything that went backwards. Like, man, they used to be a quality couple. Now they arguing all the time, and now because I purposely made sure, and I continue to this day to say, is this person the best for me in the scenario and on the level of life that I'm in? And can they take me to the next level, or can they at least go along with me to the next level of life? If they can't, and if they aren't, I've got to be honest with myself in regards to why am I with this person? So that brings on the question, the last question. What is your who is the best? Because sometimes we come to these countries and we just all of a sudden whimsically hey, I'm in a relationship with her, she in a relationship with me. What I did before I even started considering relationships out of the United States, even though I was traveling, I made sure, like Jorge, I had a game plan for my who. It wasn't a happenstance. I got Andre, and it was just, oh, he just lucky. Goose be talking about some, man, you lucky. No, I was strategic. Strategic. You know how many good women I said, you good, but you ain't great. You fine, but you ain't the one. You know how many families, people that were good women that were coming from raggedy families, I was like, ugh, if you didn't come from such a bad family, you probably would have made the cut. You off the team. I purposely came with a strategy on purpose. So when Jorge says what he says, I'm 1000% with him in regards to you have to, you deserve. You have to go for what you deserve at this stage of life. And you cannot tell me sometimes with guys, the women, not saying any of us on this panel, but the women that we do invite in our lives, you tell me that's the best that you deserve? You deserve that mess. You deserve that headache. You deserve those questions. You deserve those add-ons. Really? And so I said, I don't deserve this mess. I don't deserve that. That's why I mess with nobody with shorties. I don't deserve anybody that does certain activities, attitudes, moves. Don't take care of this. Don't take care of that. Boom. I don't deserve somebody that does not have a business side about her, to where if I'm in front of this camera doing things, she's doing 15 other things behind the scenes to make sure that I don't have to leave from in front of this camera. If she can't do that, she ain't making the cut. So I'm just like Jorge when it comes to that. I'm so strategic because I'm like Russ. I realize the age and the stage of life that I'm in. And like Russ said, we can't economically afford to take major hits. I can't afford to take major hits back and forth when it comes to these ladies. You younger brothers, y'all can do that. Like I always say, your bounce back better than my bounce back. My bounce back don't bounce back like it used to bounce back. My give a F don't give a F like it used to give a F. Y'all can sit back and bounce back off of stuff and keep on pushing because you're 35, 40, 45. Us over 50, over 55, we can't keep doing this mindset, these games with these young ladies. So at the end of the day, I had to be strategic. I had to think like Jorge. And so my point in saying all this is, I know I'm sounding like a rambling a little bit, but at the end of the day, we as men have to come to the conclusion, we got our passports, left these countries for a reason. And the reason was not to go backwards and live a situation that's worse than what we were living in the States.
Thank you, Jay. Los, I want to keep it short because there's still like a few questions I need to cover up on the topic of tonight. But I think you and I don't want to guess the mate on your age, but I think you and I are close in age. And when I tell you that through the months, I was going through something secretly, and I would talk to Dre, or I'll listen to him, or I'll talk to Russ, listen, and Jorge. Jorge's my neighbor, so I have to hear certain shit from him every single day. And I love him to that. But I had to hear certain shit from him until I took the time to understand what he was saying. And going through these comments is like we're all on the same page. You accept what you deserve, especially where you, and I'm going to quote Jorge and Russ on this, and Dre, everybody says it, where you are coming into these countries and eliminating the number one stress factor in this world. The number one stress factor in this world is finances. You, brother, you're coming in and you're eliminating that, and you're telling me that you can't get a peace of mind in return? Nah, that's non-negotiable. I want to welcome Kings and Dreams to the chat. But first, let me get through these comments. I want to let you guys know. I'll say, hey, what y'all? Truth Child says these women are trying to secure the bag. Unc, I want you to start off first. Dreams. These women trying to secure the bag or opportunity. Everything's a trade-off. Women with kids are not the best options. Dating someone with no kids. Everybody have kids these days. Just like almost everybody have kids these days. Just like a birthmark. So it's a little bit hard, Truth. Haitian government says you can't save them. Definitely not. Don't save them like J. Cole says. They don't want to be saved. Let me see what else we got. Preacher. I bet. So hey, Russ started off. First off, Kings and Dreams, introduce yourself, brother. This is the first time we're talking. It's a pleasure. Chapapa, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in to chime in on this very special topic tonight. Because I like Los just said, Los saw the title, he subscribed. I'm trying to read
Yeah.
because trust me, I've bothered Unc enough with this shit. Jorge bothered me in return, where like, yo, settling, driving through red lights in 2022 with what you bring to the table is not worth it. It's not
Right.
worth it. And I'm telling you, because apart from you guys, Kings and Dreams, these three people right here, and I'll forever be grateful, are the reasons why I took my pass. You know what? Let me go out. Let me go somewhere else. Let me go out and let me not find, let me be where my worth speaks for itself without me having to demand it. Like I said, DR works for some, it don't work for others.
Right.
These brothers, Russ, Dre, Jorge, you guys know, love you to death. But just thank you. And it comes down to listening, because sometimes people tell us things, the people that truly care about us tell us things that we don't want to hear, but what we need to hear in life. And that's through all aspects of life. Doesn't matter what it is. People tell us what we need to hear, those that truly care. So, Kings and Dreams, Unc, let me know what you guys got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your panel, man. Highly appreciate it. So, what a lot of people don't know is that I know Dre personally, and he sent me the link. So, like, Dre is my big brother. I called TMD TaylorMade Dreams my uncle. You know, Los learn crypto TV. That's my brother. You know what I mean? So I know three of these men that are on the panel. Like, these are my guys right here. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, my journey with mom. I'm gonna assume that has to do with money or something like that.
Yeah, that's his YouTube channel. So subscribe to that.
Yeah. I definitely will. I definitely will, man. But yeah, so I got tapped in by Dre. So salute to you, man. And I subscribe to your channel as well. So
Appreciate that.
yeah,
Subscribe back.
no, for sure, man. So I started my channel late July of last year, and I really kind of like got the battery in my back, if you will. Like around like December, and I've just been going and going, and I've had TMD in my ear, I've had Dre in my ear. Shout out to Zoom to Thailand. He's in the chat. He's been in my ear. Shout out to Big Boss. I can shout out a lot of people, but you know what I mean. But these gentlemen have been in my ear, just really telling me, focus, keep going, and I have great content. So I just been really pushing it, man. So I'm excited to be a part of this community, man. So you really have a lot of talent on here, man. You really
Yep.
do. You really, really do.
I give my roses when I can, every time I can. Love these brothers to death. Like
Oh
whatever
yeah,
I can do, love these brothers to death, man. Because
yeah,
it's not a figure of speech where I can say certain advice, certain words, even if it wasn't intentional, saved my life, helped
yeah,
me out,
yeah.
propelled me. So I definitely understand what you mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And let me touch on that. I don't want to, steal anything away from you guys, but I will say that the passport saves brothers' lives, man. It really does. It really does. Um, you know, um, I mean, we've talked about this. Um, like I had two lives back to back, and Dre took time out of his life to be on my channel on both lives, not one but two, and like both lives together were about 6 hours, and Dre was on for about three of them, 3 hours of that 6 hours. So like just to show you like how important it is to have that passport, to understand the importance of it, to understand the importance of travel, to understand as men how we need to really focus on ourselves and, you know, whether you're in the matrix or out of the matrix, but be better men as a whole. Like that means so much to me.
Go ahead, on.
Yeah. Well, my situation. I'm gonna tell you now
Oh,
that.
you call him Unc too? That's my Unc, man. You know that TMD.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, nephews. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, man, I'm not settling for anything. Now my situation with me and my I now officially say she's an ex. When I buried my last child, Solange, because I had 2 kids that passed away. Honestly, it's been something that's eating at my heart since I buried my last kid. And so I honestly I just wanted a baby. I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby. I didn't want no kids with a woman who already had kids. That wasn't doing that. She need to be non-kids, some common goddamn sense. Mom does have, my daughter mom does have some common sense, depending on how you look at things. But now that that's out the way, man, I'm not selling on any goddamn thing, and nothing. And like I said, everybody know how I live my life. I'm a polyamorous. That's my lifestyle. If a woman can't understand that, then we don't need to be together, because I'm not that cat that's gonna lie to you. I'm too old for that shit. I ain't got no time for games. I ain't got no time to lie to you, make you feel good. I've even had women say, well, you could just lie. You don't have to tell the truth. No, I ain't got time for that. If I'm with somebody else, if you give me a password to say, hey, Unity or whatever, I'll do that. But I ain't got time for that. But now that, that I have my beautiful baby girl, man, listen, I'm back on the if you don't meet the standards like Drake, like Jorge, brother, I'll be a devoted bachelor until I drop dead, and I'm good with that. And people say, man, like we talked about earlier, are you traveling for love or love? Just traveling to enjoy my life.
Right.
Period. Lust comes, I like it. If love comes, I'm good with that too. I seriously doubt if at this point in my life I can be that cat that can be in love with somebody, because love, you can't be selfish with love. You can't be selfish. If you really love somebody, you cannot be selfish. And I'm a very selfish motherfucker right now. And I'm gonna stay a very selfish motherfucker. And like I said, when it comes to my money, I am a nationalist with my money. So unless I meet a chick with her own bread, who don't mind, a girl that, my girlfriend got a girlfriend type situation, I'm looking for what I had in Brazil. Where you at, nephew? I'm looking for that, that one of a kind again. And if I don't find her, and I probably got a better chance of seeing a unicorn on the driving down the middle of Pedro Casante. But if I don't see her, I'm good. You get to a certain point, a certain age, a certain stage in your life where you good with everything. That's why I said I didn't fight. It was amicable. We ain't doing all that. Nah, we ain't going low, and this ain't the States. So I control that situation. I'm monitoring that situation. Right. Like I said, sure. You want your own apartment? You want me to pay the rent? You want me to pay the light? I ain't got no issue with that. I got the key, and I'll come and go anytime I want. That's what because if you like that, like I said before, that Dominican mentality, that's what I'm doing. So my life, I'm good. You don't have to travel for love or lust. Travel to enjoy your life, and wherever you end up, you good. There's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows, but you ain't gotta take no losses unless you just doing stupid shit. Don't do stupid shit. Don't do shit that you would not do if you were in the States dealing with somebody. Don't do it.
long story short, Los, right now what was being said across this panel for your situation, like I said, there's literally times where I turn the camera on, I turn on the live, and I'm like, damn, I could really use some advice right now. And I'm just talking, venting. And I may do a live with Dre, I may do a live with Jorge or Russ, or I'll go on his channel, listen to what he's saying. I'm like, this is what I really needed to hear. So sometimes what you need to hear can come from like the most unexpected places. You know, I know your heart. I can see you. I can hear from your situation the type of heart that you have, but just know, end of the day, that yours matter also. And right now, Jorge, I don't know if you got anything you need to say, but I know you're under the weather because like you're about to pass out.
Yeah.
So I can let you go, and then we could definitely catch you on the next live. Low saying, and what Kings? Are you in Colombia also?
No. So I'll be in Colombia on Monday. I'll actually be linking up with my big bro Andre, man.
Yeah, I'll
So
be picking him up from
yeah.
the
So
airport.
again, I've known Andre before I started my YouTube channel, so I know Andre personally. So yeah, I'm gonna be rocking out with him, man.
Perfect. I want to get a Colombia panel on. I definitely want to talk a little bit more about Colombia because to be honest, I left DR saying that yeah I'm going to Colombia, and then I came to Brazil. Now I'm like damn, Colombia. So I'm probably gonna do half and half. I definitely want to do a Colombia panel. Me and Jorge gonna be on, but Jorge,
Yeah.
any parting words before I know you're gonna go drink your NyQuil and knock out?
Yeah. Man, my number one thing is this. It's like we talked the last time. The number one thing that people have to ask themselves, and I ask myself in every encounter is, am I official or am I beneficial? Right?
Mm.
If you beneficial, right? So, and I'm okay with that. If a chick say, you know what, or you're beneficial, or her actions, usually their actions will let you know if they think you're beneficial, right? Forget what people say, you know what I'm saying? That sweet nothing, that's a norm in these countries. That's part of the job, right? So this is what my common sense tells me. If I'm beneficial, the rules change. The rules change. You can tell if you beneficial if you paying for everything. It's real easy to love somebody that takes care of all your needs or show them types of love, right? So if that's the case, okay, I'm paying for her apartment. I'm helping her with this. I'm helping her with that. Guess what? Now I'm paying for that, right? Like it or not, you paying for it. So now the
Mhm.
rules change. I'm not paying a joker, not in Brazil, not in fucking Colombia, not in DR. I'm not paying nobody to stress me the fuck out. That's not gonna happen. If I'm paying, now there's certain things that you have to do to earn what I'm giving you. It ain't just gonna be a pretty face and ass and titties and hope. No, ask the question, am I official or am I beneficial? It's that simple. If you beneficial, if you making life easy for them, it shouldn't be all the headaches and fighting and this and that. But I guarantee they don't fight when they accepting that money. I guarantee they don't fight,
Mm-hmm.
oh, don't pay my rent this month. I got it. I guarantee. So why, if you escape the matrix, would you fall into a situation like that? To me, I don't. Not you, Los. I'm just saying people in general because
No, I understand.
I've been in that situation. Why would we fall into a situation like that when we escape the matrix? One of the most difficult thing in the world to do. You escape to have a good life, not to be stressed, not to be paying somebody bills and worrying about if they appreciate it or not. Man, fuck all that. Me, if I'm taking care of everything, you're gonna be taking care of me. It's your job to take care of me. It's your job. It's not even you're gonna do it when you want, because I don't get to help you out when I want. And then some people they taking roles like you said, Los, you helping out with the kids, you doing this, you doing that. You damn near got a family, right? That gotta come with a price. That has to come with a peace of mind. It can't be, oh, give, 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 give. Nah, we worth more than that.
Well, nah, trust and believe. I am not stressed out because what I do for that situation is not even a third of the money that I make. So the money is not no issue. That's not the issue. I think my biggest issue is that I'm loyal. Like when I have somebody in my life or just a friend in general, it could be male or female. I'm loyal. You know what I'm saying? And then when that person cross over on the line, then that's when I turn into a whole nother person. See, but with this situation, when I say unique, like I didn't come here like when I came to Colombia and got in and was in this situation, it wasn't on no, oh, I'm googly eyed, I found a fine, Colombian woman, blah, 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 blah. No, you know what I'm saying? Our situation actually got real in the 3-month time frame that I was here. Now, granted, that it was a give and take situation. She does take care. She actually has 75 to 80% of what I would look for in a woman. It's for me, she's still young. And because she lost all of that when she would, all of the stuff that these little 23-year-olds and 22, 25-year-olds are doing now in the streets, what these mongrels come down here to do, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that she want that lifestyle, because she's definitely not that type of female. Otherwise, she definitely wouldn't be in my life for sure, because I don't deal with them type of women. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that I think she wants to be able to live free and say, I had this experience. When you 17 with 2 kids and you got to do it on your own, you know what I'm saying? Like literally on your own. She don't have no help at all. She had to do all this stuff by herself. Like all her childhood was taken away. And those bad decisions that she made, you know, how she got there and all of that stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna out her business, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't around when she made them decisions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody makes mistakes in life. So I give her a little grace on that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as her taking care of me, when I ask her to do something, she don't waste no time doing it. When she take care of what I ask her to do, you know what I'm saying? And then the minimum, you get her ass in there and cook and you clean and you wash my clothes and you do this type of, and you know what I'm saying? And when she don't never turn me down when I want it, you know what I mean? None of that. You know what I'm saying? All the little stuff what a man would look for in a wife, she has those abilities. It's just that I think she want to get out, still be, you know, like I want to live free and just be, but that don't cause me no headaches. You know why? Because shit, I'm a king. I realize I'm a king down here. I know that. I can go outside right now and go get me 3 or 4 of them. Shit, literally. And then the other piece is that when I do an evaluation of a woman, like I got 2 others because I'm giving her enough rope to hang herself. You know what I'm saying? Although she ain't using it, but when it gets to the point, I'm like Andre and Russ too. Ain't no comeback. None of that shit. I don't do that either. You know what I'm saying? But if she gets to the point to where she hang herself, well, hell, I got 2, no kids. One of them 28, one of them 25. No kids, you know, but one of them on fucking house arrest. I finds out. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, all of these women gonna come with some type of baggage. Every single one of them down here.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well,
that's not true.
Well, yeah,
Go ahead,
maybe,
fella.
and then I keep mine to the black woman. I'm not looking at, you know what I'm saying, other races of women. Mine's got to be melanated. So maybe that could be the case. You know what I'm saying? And these women, I run into them in the mall, run into them, you know, in the tienda, you know, whatever. But in my mind, hell, you don't know what you're getting from them. You know what I'm saying? I talked to one of them in what they call Gringo Tuesdays here. You know what I'm saying? Turn around, and then she's taking care of her whole damn family. She got a job, but she's taking care of her family. And she's a good girl. I don't want that because now that's I'm gonna have to inherit that and help her too. But she a good woman too. Same thing with Drake. So either I'm unlucky running into people, or it's just that the pickings are really slim for the type of women that I'm not gonna be wasting my time just looking. Hell, I might as well do what TaylorMade doing. You know what I'm saying? It just
Go ahead.
around
Go
here.
ahead. Go ahead, Unc. I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready, go.
From a 60-year-old man, since I'm the old head on here, I know you're a tremendously nice dude to do what you be doing. And I believe you are a king, but you don't sound like a king, brother. And that's no disrespect. That is absolutely no disrespect. And what I'm saying is out of pure love, because it seems like you are finding either reasons or excuses to give passes on this, that, or the other. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I want you to love you more than love giving passes to somebody who is not giving you what you absolutely deserve. And that's all I got to say. And like I
So
said,
what my question is,
love.
for you and
Los,
Andre, for you and Andre, what
sorry
is the pass?
Wait,
I mean,
wait,
not
wait,
pass. I mean,
wait,
what is it that I should be looking for in the sense of what I deserve based off of?
hold on, Los. So we got Ruth in here. And any other females watching right now, I would love for you to comment and give some advice for Los. So Ruth says, what will happen when there's no money, when you get sick, can't provide anymore? And she also says some people can't be saved, man. And this is a woman come from another woman. Los, if you don't mind sharing with me and with us, how old are you?
42.
42. You look young, man. You doing
That's what I'm
the
trying to tell you. I'm not stressing
Columbia-
about nothing down here.
Columbia
I can change my situation tomorrow if I
I'm
want to.
probably the youngest on the panel. I know that.
Nah, how old are you, Kings?
I'm 37.
Nah, I got you beat. I'm 29.
There you go.
Next time.
Finally, somebody
Next
younger
time.
than me. Trust me.
Next time,
All
next
the panels that I've been on, man, like I'm trying to find somebody younger than me. Thank God.
But yeah, let's continue. So we got Ruth, a female here, saying that some people can't be saved, and what Unc said about the love, he told me this without telling me, but it's like one of those things where it don't hit you until it's like, you know, when your adrenaline is pumping, like when you go through a car accident, your adrenaline is pumping, you get hit, and you're like, man, I'm fine, I'm just shocked this happened. And then the day after, that's when all the bruises and the bumps, and you need to go to the hospital and the eye, all that stuff. It's just like that, where it's like you're gonna have to realize you at 42, who you are, who you bring to the table, brother. It's non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm talking to you from, I was just there, not even less than a year ago. I was there, where it's like passes. You would have thought I was a hall monitor with how many passes I was giving up.
With the orange,
orange strap, with the strap, with the green neon belt.
Yo,
I was,
the notebook.
I was there, bro. I was there, and I was there because I thought, man, you know what? With my money, with where I am, Dominican Republic, I can't get no better than this. Let me settle. Number one thing you don't do in life, you as the king, you say you know you are, you don't settle. Kings never settle. Tell me when was a time you saw a king bow in history? Kings never settle. Look at all these kings here you got on this panel telling you, older than us. Russ got 20 years on you. Dre got 15. Kings of Dreams a few years behind, but there's still the knowledge and the love to tell you, hey, pick your head up, pick your crown up, and sigue adelante. No te paras. Keep moving. I'm working on my Portuguese, so I'm trying to say in Portuguese, você tem que ir adiante. Working on my Portuguese. Portuguese is kicking my ass, but I need that out here because Brazil is lovely. But yo, you know what I'm trying to get at, man. Don't make excuses for something that happened. Take the punches and you roll with it. But I'm here to tell you, it's not worth it. After everything I've learned, gone through, it's not worth it. You know why? Because somewhere out there will see you in the colmado, the supermercado, the airport, the gas station, whatever. Be like, this, I'm not gonna let this go because I know what this is. This is a microphone. I needed a microphone in my life. Always wanted a microphone. I'm not gonna let anybody else have this microphone. I'm gonna protect this microphone, and that's how you gotta start seeing yourself. No excuses. I know you. I know. We always, and correct me if I'm wrong, Unc. Well, Unc on that I don't give a fuck mode because he on that time where like, listen, I'm 60, whatever. But we could feel like it's time lost. Like, damn, what about all the time I put in? What about all the time I invested, the love, this and that? I know it's not the money for us, but time. There's something about men and time that we can't seem to let go of too easily.
No,
we
absolutely.
can, but we don't want to.
Absolutely. Sorry, Los. Before you respond, just kind of what you were just saying. Like I had a offline conversation with Dre and then also TMD, but I'll speak to TMD. Like he um he basically calmly put me back in my place, and I was like, but I appreciated it though. You know, it was a great conversation that he and I had. But I was like, I got upset about something, and he's like, "No, man, it's bigger than you. Like, chill out, relax." But like TMD has a way of saying things to you, and also Dre too. But I'm gonna speak to TMD. But TMD has a way of saying things to you to where it's like, it's like, wow, it's really not that deep. And you look inside yourself as a man, and you have to be like, all right, I need to do better, whatever it is. So I'll leave it there.
Unc and Dre, with you two being the wisest, the oldest in this chat, how do you what do you guys have to say about this comment right here? Dollar Will, shout out to Dollar Will, says many of us were raised on struggle love. And I know Dre speaks about, what you were in the States, you are gonna be in other countries, and with Russ, everything he's been through in his life growing up. How does this affect expats, men and women, growing up on struggle love who may go to other countries, ignore red flags, push through them?
Once again, it's them being them, the most common denominator in the full equation of when you got your passport and you're traveling, that person that's going to be going with you is still you. It's still you. Russ and I are. It's kind of funny. You got one married dude and you got one that's in a poly relationships, but both think the same at this stage of life. We don't give a fuck about rescuing nobody, helping nobody. I don't care nothing about your kids, your cousins, your nephews, your uncles, your dogs, your cat. I don't care nothing about that. I only got a few more years left on this planet. I'm not gonna sit up here and just because somebody's like because they done sucked it from the back. She done pulled it from the back and sucked it, and I felt a feeling that I ain't never felt before. I ain't about to sit up here and compromise. No way. You get to a stage when you say it's time for me to treat me as a king first. And kings lay down rules. And everybody knows that every kingdom you walk in, every king may have a different set of rules. But at least the king laid down the rules. And as for me in my house, quoting the Bible, there are certain things when I got off the plane, certain standards that no matter what country I went to, a woman would know if she was to enter into my life. There are certain standards. Same thing when it comes to Russ. When you really get to the point where you ain't giving a fuck about what these people in these other countries offer or bring, because you had to get to that mindset in the States. You had to get to the mindset in the States. You're like, I'm not about to put up with this mess no more with this feminism. I'm not about to put up with this BS no more when it comes to the mindset of that mouth that I ain't cooking for you. I'm Miss Independent. You told yourself, I am not giving a F. You got your passport, started traveling the world, and it may not have been for love because I didn't travel for love. I traveled because I like traveling. And just like Russ, one thing I did put in my standards. Oh, by the way, can you do this? Yes. Can you do that? Yes. Can you do this? Oh, do you realize that your man who you're dealing with don't give a either? Do you realize that, right? One of the things that Andre realizes, no matter how good she is, no matter how sweet she is, there's still a standard of Andre that does not give a about all that. Because at the end of the day, if it halts my peace, and I gotta pay extra for that piece, I'm out the door. I'm out the door. I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing. I ain't got no time for it. And I think younger guys think because y'all still got time to juggle, and it's all right, and juggle your excuses and juggle your BS and tell yourself one thing when everybody in the world see it ain't right. And we still sit back as fixers, because men fix things, and conquer, because men conquer things. I'm going to conquer this. I don't care what nobody says. I'll be the first one to go to Antarctica. It's all right. And we always want to be planters. That's how we made it around the world. But there's sometimes you got to sit back and say, there's a difference between planting a plant on Antarctica and planting your flag in quicksand.
Gotcha.
Both are land, but one is not going to sink you to your death. Slowly, quicksand will sink you to your death just as easy as you planted your flag in Antarctica and you did something amazing. You can do it in quicksand, but it's going to be a different result. And so at the end of the day, we have to. What is the use of getting? I say this about myself, and I know I sound like I'm babbling. I tell myself this all the time. Andre, if you was gonna be a fuck up, you might as well go back to the States. Go on back, go take your little passport, Dre. Go on back to the States. If you ain't gonna work, go on back to the States. If you ain't gonna travel and enjoy these beautiful lands and these beautiful countries, go on back to the States. If you're gonna all day 1,000% pay for play, go on back to the States. There's a lot of stuff I tell myself. If you're gonna go out here and start fighting with Colombian dudes on stupid stuff, you might as well go on back to the States. If you're gonna be a person that terrorize your own life, Andre, go back to the States. And when it comes to the women, if I gotta compromise, I don't care what culture she comes from, whether she's Andrea with the whiter per se Colombians or the Afro-Colombians or Brazilians, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's Philippines or Thailand. If I gotta compromise in any way of my list of standards, I might as well take my ass back to the state and compromise like most of us do anyway. Or use my passport. You got 7 billion women to choose from. Go ahead and get you one of these good ones that you deserve, and finally treat yourself like the king you deserve to be, because in the United States, they will not even allow you to treat yourself like a king. They're going to always remind you that you are not king.
It's facts.
And so at the end of the day, that's how I'm just like Russ with that. I don't have time to be giving up about somebody else's in their situations. I don't have no time to be growing forests. I can't grow forests at this stage of life. I'm too old to be. I can grow a tree, but I can't be growing forests for somebody's life. That is not going to happen.
So, all right. So I got a question. You know what I'm saying, for both Russ and Andre.
Yeah,
go ahead, Chapapa. I know what I'm saying, not to cut you off. I just want to let you know I got a question for both of them.
Now you good, brother. I have a question also because I need to get down this list, but
it's your show, so that's why I'm yielding. So yeah.
So I asked before to the panel and the comments, is it is it like a desperation? Is it the charm of a pretty face? Or does the country you're in play a big part in giving the benefit of the doubt and driving through these red flags? So it's a 3-part question, but you guys can answer it all in one. And I want to start off with you, Unc, and then Kings of Dreams, and Los Kachama and Dre. But desperation, I don't want to say desperation because like Jorge was on, we spoke about maybe the money factor played into a part of it. We felt a little bit more powerful. Charm of a pretty face, or is the country we're in playing a big part in giving the benefit of the doubt to be like, you know what, that looks like a red flag, but I'm going to ignore it for now. I'll let that slide one time. Giving the benefit of the doubt, does the country play a big part in that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, two facts about Black people. One is that we're all hurt, broken in some sort of way, right? And that's the legacy of the country that we come from. I mean, that's just a fact. And hurt people do hurt things. And sometimes we hurt ourselves the most. And when we travel overseas and we see people who are sometimes in desperate situations, sometimes need. You know, we'll make excuses because we feel like we've come out of it. We've come out of that hurt. We've come out of that pain. You really have. It's better. You're dealing with it better. And we're the most forgiving of people on earth. So much to the fact it's almost sickening. Eric Rudolph walked into a church, prays with people, read the Bible, then kills them all. Family goes to court. I forgive you. A woman shoots a man. Cop shoots a man. Go to court. The brother wants to hug the woman that killed his brother. I forgive you. Black judge, I want to give you a Bible. Black people are the most forgiving people on earth to us, nauseous, because I personally think forgiveness is overrated. And Black people are hurt, and when we go to other countries and see people who perceive to be more hurt than we are, we want to play Captain Save them. We want to try to make somebody else whole because they've never tried to make us whole, especially when they look like you, especially when they're melanated like you. I don't know how you gentlemen grew up. I grew up, where my mother, where one time we was homeless. And my mother was so strategic, we didn't even know we were homeless. I was probably about 9, and my mother said, well, we got to go to Miss Mary's house and live for a while. And we were like, well, why? And she said, well, she's lonely, and so we want to make sure that she's okay. So we all think we're doing a favor for Miss Mary. And I remember my brother asking, well, why are we moving the furniture? And she said, well, we're not going to live here for a while, so we may find another place. And we honestly thinking, we're doing something. So I understand, doing desperate things. And I understand trying to be strategic, where I'm trying to set her up. I'm trying to make sure that she finished school. I'm trying to make sure that the kid's okay. I'm trying to do all this. So and it's being strategic. It's like my mother not telling her kids, look, we homeless. We ain't got nowhere to go. And Miss Mary's the one's taking us in. So we do this with ourselves, man. And it shows, and it shows, and like I said, that's why I know you're a good dude. I know you got a great heart, but at some point or another, you have to realize that something. I got to take care of me first. I'll tell anybody, I love you, but I love Russell more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love you. I love me more. Period. I have a beautiful daughter. I love her. I would die for her, but I would tell anybody any day of the week, I love Russell more, because if I don't love me more, who's gonna take care of it? If I stop, right? If I get stressed out to the point I have a heart attack or I'm in a nursing home, who's gonna take care of her? Her mother can't. So it's all right to love somebody and doing something because you understand. You may have been in a situation where you can see you can help somebody else, and you want to do it strategically, and you want to build it up, but you got to learn to love you more. You got to learn to love you more. And ain't nothing wrong with saying, no, I ain't doing it. Fuck it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And I don't know what, may have been, I'm not no Dr. Phil, been going on in your life, but you may be doing it from a place of hurt. You know what I'm saying? This eases my pain by me putting her in this position, and then me taking a step back and letting her not be, and letting her in my life, and I'm still not getting treated like a king. So, this it's just food for thought. That's all it is. I ain't trying to analyze.
No, there's no offense taken by nothing. Because Andre probably gonna ask me several the hardest questions I've had to answer to myself in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't take none of this stuff personal. I listen. You know what I'm saying? And and I evaluate. Shoot, I probably over evaluate. Really, to be honest. But I guess while you in the middle of your saying, my question is that considering the information that I've already put out there, right? Because she has kids, I gotta be like, fuck it.
Those not your kids.
They ain't your responsibility.
I understand that, but she's also accepting me. I have two.
See, you just put the
I
word
have
but,
two
so
of
you
my own.
negated everything we just said, Los. When you say the word but, the conjunction but, it literally negates the first part of a sentence or a statement.
Let me say
literally
however.
Negates.
So the woman,
Same thing, but is actually or however is nothing but another definition of the word but.
Okay, so from any woman's standpoint, taking me, I want him as my king in my life. Well, hell, they got to accept my two kids too. I got two of my own. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a broken relationship with my mama, which a lot of women look at that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't deal with a whole lot of my family members. You know what I'm saying? Which that kind of don't really matter per se. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that
they don't care about that
to the
in other
table as
countries.
well, right? So if I'm bringing baggage to the table, and they have to accept that too. Because as a matter of fact, two of the main one and another one, they always ask me, "Have you talked to your children? When did you talk to your mom?" They're like genuinely concerned about that because I told them small details, didn't tell them everything. But I was married for 12 years in the United States to the six-figure making woman, the all independent, strong black female, all of that shit, who didn't ask me none of that and didn't treat me as the king that I am. You see what I'm saying? So the dynamic that I was looking at, I'm not, and to your point, Russ, I'm not doing what I'm doing out of no place of hurt. Trust me. I travel around and do what the hell I want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not stressed out about nothing. Like I'll be in Cali in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in Medellin at the end of the month. I'm going to San Andreas on my own. I'm going to Guadalupe at the end of July. You know what I'm saying? I don't get stopped from living my life.
What was your question?
My question is that I think both of y'all shook y'all head because you said it's not my responsibility. But it also says in the Bible too, you know, since you quoted the Bible, be the father to the fatherless. It says that as well. So if you're looking at a situation and you coming from where I come from with growing up with that type of foundation, and I'm no Christian, I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. I'm an Israelite. I want to make that clear. I am an Israelite. I am not a Christian. Okay. But I read from the same Bible that they misinterpret. All right. But anyhow, it says within those words, when you see a situation, be a father to the fatherless. All right. These kids that I deal with now too, they never had nothing in their life at all. Nothing. And they're so thankful when I get them a pair of socks. You see what I'm saying? When you got kids and when I got my own two damn kids and they want $200 pair of shoes. And when I tell them no, that's too much, they ungrateful for that. You see what I'm saying? When I'm looking at those dynamics, right? Then I sit back and I think to myself, well, damn, well, what is the best scenario? You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I just give that a lot of thought. But because she has two kids and made mistakes like we all have, prior to her even knowing that I was a person that existed on this earth, I'm supposed to say, man, that ain't none of my responsibility. I don't give a fuck about that.
Hold on.
Still treating me the way that I want to be treated.
Hold on, Los.
That was my question.
So, Los, my question to you is, what happens when you give gratefulness to the ungrateful and they're still ungrateful?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't have that. I don't do what I'm doing. I don't have. They don't show me no ungratefulness.
No, not for the kids, but
no, her too. Her as well. There's no ungratefulness because otherwise I'd have been cut that shit off. Because I'm not the person I'm not finna be captive saving nobody. You know what I'm saying? She got to come to the table with something now. You know what I'm saying?
So are you 100% satisfied, happy with your situation?
I know that I could be in a better situation, but I'm not in the absolute worst situation I'm not in a lot of situations.
If you know you could be better and you could get better.
That's why I'm listening to Andre and Russ. I'm listening. I'm genuinely listening to that because I know that I can go out here and get me a girl that ain't got no kids.
Hold on. I got you. But I want to address a few comments. So Will says, we make the mistake of trying to explain things to manipulators. They know better than us what they're doing. This is cold hard facts, and I'm about to get into Chopper's
agree.
point in a minute. Don Omar says, Chop About TV, would you say knowing the languages of the host countries you are residing in aid you in avoiding typical red flags that gringos have run through? And I'm going to tell you no. Perfect example. Unc lives in DR. I live in DR. Unc was in DR 2018, 2017, living full time. I got there 2019. I have more Spanish. Unc does have Spanish. Somehow, some way, we end up going through the same problems. Somehow, some way. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm always here on Chop Out TV, honestly. I myself have ignored red flags that I should not have ignored in another country. Why did I do that? Who knows? Stupid. But I'm here to tell you guys my mistakes, my errors, so you could learn from that. So when it's your turn, you could be better. Be like, hold up, I heard this on Chop About TV. I heard this from TaylorMade Dreams, from Andre, from Jorge. It's not supposed to happen like this. It's supposed to happen like this because I myself am not doing anything to hurt you or anybody around me. I'm providing, so I should be getting back, non-negotiable. So definitely, to answer your question now, Omar, language won't help, especially depending where you are, because like Russ said, and like how Andre just confirmed tonight, people will be nationalists. At the end of the day, it don't matter if you give somebody your kidney. If that kidney is not of that nation, they could give two shits about you. They could give two shits and a flying fuck. And if you know how expensive two shits and a flying fuck are, you know that they're not that expensive because they don't matter. They don't care. They could give two shits and a flying fuck. So language, I took my time to learn the language, thinking like, all right, if I have the language, I could one up the weekend warriors. I could one up people who live here but don't communicate. Nah, bullshit. It don't matter. It don't matter because end of the day, you know why? People will do what they want to do, and people will accept what they want. So now you need to decide on which side of the fence you're gonna be on. And I'm talking to everybody in general. Answer down all my questions. So yeah, I could tell you, Chop About TV can tell you, yeah, I ignored red flags, but I learned from that. Hell yeah, I learned from that. It ain't gonna happen again. Go ahead, on.
Now, I would say, man, if you emotionally involved and attached to these kids, I think that's a beautiful thing. I mean, I came down on vacation. I wound up adopting my beautiful daughter Solange, and she was the best thing in my life. So there's nothing wrong with that. But let me ask you this: depending on how emotionally you're involved with the kids, because let's say you meet another lady, right? Who is that? Who is that diamond in that rough? Who is that Andrea, that unicorn? And now, how accepting is she going to be of that situation? You know, sometimes we want to hold on to something out of another relationship. And then when we find that right relationship, the other person, because she may feel like, listen, I'm a queen too. You a king, yes, and I'm a queen. But there's certain standards I can't accept either. You know, and telling a woman that you dealing with your ex because of her kids, that is going to, that I get that's going a Spanish woman at that ain't gonna go well. That ain't gonna go well in any country because women are women, and you know it is what it is. But like I said, I'm keeping my comments short. But like I said, you don't have to, you know, give up. As my mommy said, throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't have to give up on the kids. But just remember, when you get into another relationship and you say, well, listen, you know, I take care and support these kids. Make sure that one doesn't mess up something else. You know, and I do the same thing. I've been involved with an orphanage for what, going on 5 years, man. And I make sure I give a certain portion out of my income every month to make sure there's money there when they call and need food or whatever. So I understand about that. but you definitely want to be in a position where if and when I do find that diamond in the rough, that I'm not going to let this past relationship hold on to me and may disconnect me from what I've really been waiting for.
Hear it loud and clear. But just to address that last comment that was on the screen, I'm not concerned about losing no kids. I'm just as ruthless as both Russ and Andre. Trust and believe that. I'm just as ruthless. So if I end up and leave this situation, the kids lost too. You know what I'm saying? They're just a benefactor of me being here right now and having a heart enough to realize that I'm meeting a need that I know that needs to be met. I don't care nothing about, you know what I'm saying, just because, she got kids and they ain't got no daddy and none of that. Man, I don't care nothing about none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a stand-up guy. And if I'm going to be here dealing with the mother, then the kids are going to benefit too. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. So if I, like you was just saying, if I meet a diamond in the rough, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't know in my life, in my case, man, man, it's like finding
hey, man, hey, brother, they ain't no hope. Like I said, in front of you, you got the fork in the road. You got two avenues. You got the avenue of Russell, about to turn 60 in Cuba, living his life, dancing salsa at a bar, probably on the edge of the island.
Dominican Republic.
Two fine women. Or you got Dre
Dominican Republic.
You got Dre married in Colombia, building an empire. And I'm not talking about empire on TV. I'm talking about this empire here. This man is Jedi master. So you got two avenues right here, brother, that we all could watch.
Whoa. You got three, man. I know I just came back in. You got three, man.
You got three Kings of G's also.
Come on, man. Look what I got on, man. And this is something that's light to me. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm saying I know I'm a young buck, but I need love too, man.
That's right.
We don't need love. We would prefer it.
We would prefer. And why aren't you wearing the Kings and Dreams?
Here we go.
Kings and Dreams. That's right. That's right. Show Russ. Represent your brand.
Know what?
That's my Louis.
Hey, but you know what? This is tailor-made.
Okay.
See? No rebuttal.
Okay. Sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
No, that was us trolling each other. We all good though. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Jay.
what I was about to say was, Los asked us a question. I was taking some notes down. Los asked us a question. We gave the initial answer. He hit us with the conjunction of but or however. Gave us 11 excuses, but no real explanation. It never gave us the opportunity to say why we said what we said. He just, as soon as we said, cut it off, that's not your responsibility. We didn't get a chance to see when we were in our 30s, we would just say stuff and just say it. Now Russ and I know, make sure you let a person know the why. And correct me if I'm wrong, Russ. Let a person know why you said what you said. Because sometimes people could take something offensively. We're not trying to be offensive to. And first of all, let's do a short commercial break. How I'm communicating, I'm actually thinking about the audience more than I'm thinking about Los. Everything that I'm saying is really pointed towards the audience, because to try to sit back and act like that there aren't dudes in the audience that's right now scratching their head in the situation in DR or scratching their head in the situation in another country and wondering, should I be in? Should I not be in? How do I get out of this? What is this the best for me? They're wondering the same thing. And they got 11 excuses to give between their butt also. They can say, but what about, and then you just hit us with excuses. And I just say, you know what? Let me put a check mark for every time he gave an excuse and never gave us the opportunity to say why we said what we said. Because once you hear the why, it gives clarity of what we were saying. And that goes for the audience. So when you hear somebody, audience members, chat line, when you hear somebody say something and they're wise enough to give you the why, listen to the why. Don't come with the but I like these pair of shoes, and then they're on sale right now, and they only have 350 pair of these, and you know what, guys, come on, man, I've been waiting 3 years for these shoes to come out. That's exactly what you did. You gave us all the reasons to stand in quicksand, but we're trying to tell you, like, brother, we know quicksand moves slow. It doesn't sink you and drown you immediately, but it will sink you and drown you over time. That's why I use the analogy of quicksand instead of just saying drowning in water. So the reason why I made that statement is because basically what Russ was saying, when you have to be prepared for your greater than, when your greater than moment happens. There's going to be a woman that comes your way that's greater than what the woman that you're with, and I mean this for anybody in the audience, male or female, that you're with will present themselves. They deserve the best of you. And if the best of you is connected to somebody else's that's not the best of them, you doing the new girl a disservice, like Russ was saying, and you doing yourself a disservice because you can't give that person who's the new best the best of you. So when somebody in the chat said a clean cut means just cut it off all the way, no communication, go shed your tears, read your scriptures, have you a drink, smash you got to smash to get over it. But at the end of the day, you cannot stand before yourself in a mirror and say that using my passport as a man, finally as a black man, that there are very few of us with passports, and you can look in the mirror and tell yourself, this is the best situation for me. It's not even the best situation for any of us right now. That is not, you cannot tell me that is the best. And I'm not saying that we need to have somebody that's always economically the best, but at least the scenario gotta line up somewhat to where if another man looks at it and say,
it got to match up.
It's got to match up. They can at least sit back and say, I can see him wear her. That's a good catch for him. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for that brother.
Yeah.
But if you see a scenario where everybody's like, and I'm not saying we live our lives off of everybody, but the Bible also says in the group of many, by the counsel of many, there is wisdom. By the counsel of many, there is wisdom. So sometimes, just sometimes, not all the time, when we hear the masses saying, Will, you might need to get rid of Jada. Guess what, Will? You might need to get rid of Jada.
Right.
And I know it might hurt, Will, but
that should have been done.
Because I keep going back to the part that Russ and I can attest to.
Man.
I'm slowly but surely getting to that stage of life where you wake up and you appreciate every day. You know what I'm talking about, Russ? Mm-hmm. When you were younger, you just woke up in the morning, getting yourself ready, and you just go about your business. Now you wake up like, man, I got a brand new day, I got an ocean over there, I got my own place, I got my own, I can breathe, ain't nothing aching, I'm good, I'm going my way to the gym, I can eat what I want. You get to that point in life where every day those moments in life are so appreciated because you don't know when your heart is gonna go, or you don't know when a stroke will go, and you guys don't realize that. If you go, we're trying to give you the game while you're still younger, and we wish somebody told us when we were younger, bruh, don't compromise it. If you're gonna be a king, act like it. And kings don't compromise ever. You never seen in the scriptures. You don't see nowhere in the movies. Kings don't, even if the kingdom don't like him and ready to behead him, the king, I'll take it. But I ain't lowering these taxes. Man. I ain't lowering these taxes. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. And that goes for, like I said, that goes for anybody in here, any of us. You have to sit back and say, let me step back. Let me ask myself, why was I in that scenario? Why did I allow that? Why was I a rescuer? Why was I a helper? I could use the kids because that's the easy, it's because they're children. It's easy for us to run to the children excuse. How many times we heard dudes in the States cheat on the chick and tell the woman, I'm only, I need you my side chick. I know you want to leave my wife, but I'm only with her for the kids. Because it's the who gonna combat children? So it's the easy reason for us to say that. But at the end of the day, can we really look ourselves in the mirror with our passport in hand and say, this is why I got my passport, so I can fly 6 or 7 hours away to another country and take care of somebody else's family? Woohoo! No, that is not why you got your passport. So sit back, analyze, what was it that made me initially say, this is why I got my passport? Get back to that person and then start your journey. Because if you sit back, you try to go ahead, Russ.
No, I gotta go because I'm doing a retire and invest seminar in Santo Domingo this weekend.
Oh yeah, you do have that event this weekend.
Yeah, so I gotta go because I gotta pack, and I'm driving out in the morning. But gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for being here, Uncle.
I appreciate you, nephew. Appreciate you, King the Dream nephew.
You know brother, that, man. My guy, man.
Great to meet you, brother. Like I said, man, love people, but love you more. With that, I'm out. Man. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, hey, Team D, before you drop real quick, I will have some Kings and Dreams merch though. I will though.
All right. That's what
I'm on it. Right. I'm on it, man. I'm on it, Unc. We working though. Man, salute to you though, bro. Salute, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Now, I just want everybody to understand. I don't have problems. My situation might seem like a problem to somebody who might not want to deal with that issue. When I originally met her, it wasn't about no kids. I dealt with her for at least 6 months before I even met her kids. Before I even met them, I knew she had them, but she's one of them type of females, you know, that want to know who the person is who she's dealing with before she start bringing the kids. That is a characteristic of a woman that I would want, because that shows me that she's just not jumping into a situation just because. So it was a whole 6 months went by that I was dealing with her before I even met the kids, or even talked to them on the phone. You know what I'm saying, or something like, because it was a talk to situation first. So there's no problem. Okay, I want people to really understand that. Like, and I also started by saying that I got 4 other women that I deal with. Okay, it ain't just her, because I realized the scenario of what y'all explaining, right? You know what I'm saying? And all the other women that I deal with, they don't have children, because the larger part of what I'm seeing in the chat and what I'm hearing from Andre and what Russ was saying before he dropped off is that the kids ain't my responsibility. But I know that, and that's not what has me.
In all actuality, Los, neither is she. And neither are the other women, because you said you had other women, but you already described 2 of them. You said one is on house arrest, and one of them is so busy taking care of her family, she really wouldn't have economically time to be with you anyway. So now you got 3 people out of 4 that you described. One is your main girl with the family dynamic that you do not deserve. You deserve more. 2, you already described the other woman that's on house arrest
and not messing with her.
B, like you just sat back. You described a woman, not your woman, but necessarily a woman that you know of the group of ladies that is so busy with her economics that she economically couldn't even supply into your household if you were together with her. So now you got to go back and ask self once again, what is it about me that gravitates a type of woman that in the States we all know? Your woman on house arrest? You know, if we in a barbershop in the States, everybody getting their hair cut, and you throw that out there in the barbershop, you know the brother's gonna be like, man, how you kicking it with a chick on house arrest? Okay, cool. Now you got the chick that she making money, but most of her money going to fam. So now you paying all the bills in the house, and the fellas in the barbershop looking at you like you stressed out. We like, bro, why you still kicking it with her? Now you got the one that's the chick that's got the fam. And now you economically the hero, and the baby daddy, he ain't got to show up because you the one with the cake. You know what who's in the States, what everybody would say in the barbershop. We know how we talk to each other in the barbershop when the women not around. That's why I always talk about barbershop talk. That's another YouTube channel. These are facts. Then we get, now we go back to the red flags. But then we get our passports And everything we learned in our barbershops at home, we ignore when we get to another country, knowing if all our barbershop partners was our conscious in these countries and in these cities, and all the stuff that we learned from each other in these barbershops, the young, the old, the pastor, the imam, the individual that doesn't believe in any God, the agnostic who believes there's a God but doesn't believe in any particular one. Every single person that we learned in the barbershop, if they were around us, we know that our partners in the barbershop do. What are you doing, Dre? What? But you know, she got 3 kids, but she's so Dre, come on. But fellas, do you see how fast she is? Come on, Dre, come on, man. And that's why I always equate a lot of conversations with my fellow males back to the barbershop. Because if we all put it on the judgment table of the barbershop, you know what the fellas in the barbershop would say. We know what the dudes in the barbershop would say. The old dudes and the young dudes would say, what are you doing? But then we get our passports, and since no barbershop is around, in other words, the wisdom of our community of males are not around on a regular basis, we sit back and we compromise, and we use the gift of excuses, because excuses are like a real soft, the cold side of the pillow. You can always turn it over and let it cool off, and then flip it back over. That's what excuses are. It's just the cold side of the pillow. It's just so good. It just feels so. It's not. Excuses and explanations are 2 totally different things. Excuses are always comfortable. Explanations are often uncomfortable when we have to actually explain.
Are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothing, and those who specialize in them seldom amount to anything.
And you already know the answer, and you just gave a bunch of them to us. You already know the answer, and yet you gave 11 of them to us. I literally sat back and I watched you, but as soon as me and Russ said no, you said that you should let it go. We didn't get a chance to even say why. You just were like, excuse. And I just said, you know what, let me just go ahead and write down how many excuses you're gonna give.
From the first butt, I really saw your pen up, because the butt reminded me so much, no offense, Los, of what I was going through a deal with my ex, where I'd be like, yo, this doesn't make sense, and she'll know it doesn't make sense, but it's on the C pedal. I know you guys have heard the C pedal. Why is there a C pedal? If you know wrong is wrong, right is right. But we got one more caller, last caller of the night, Charles. Charles, if you're here,
Charles in the building. What's up, Charles?
Talk to us. What's
going on, Charles?
Andre, what's going on, Los? You good, man?
Yo, what's up, Charles?
Kings and Dreams, good evening, man.
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
Charles, what to do? What you got to say?
I just want to know if Los is okay, for real.
Brother, I'm good. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no first time that me and Andre had these conversations. And people who know me, they know they can talk to me like this without me getting offended and all of this other stuff. It's just a man conversation. That's all it is. That's how I'm built. That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? That's how my father talked to me. I'm just trying to process everything that's being said, considering my situation, the type of person that I am, because everybody don't know everything about me per se. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Los is if Los don't rock with you, he not gonna tell you much. And that's him. So but I respect him for that, man. But Los is always willing to listen, though. That I will say. Los is always willing to listen if he rock with you.
Yeah, because this shit sounds like a post club, like Waffle House conversation, 3 a.m. with some beers or something. Like,
really, most dudes are not gonna come in and just air out their situation like me. I don't care. I'm open book, because at the end of the day, like, we just sitting here laughing and joking about Will Smith, his joint playing out on TV. You know what I'm saying? And we looking and laughing at him like, for real, bro? Like, I'm not that damn stupid. I'd have left Jada a long time ago if it was me in this situation. You worried about another dude and all of this, you know what I'm saying? Talking about Tupac and this, that, and the third. Those are just situations that I'm not currently having to deal with at the moment. You know what I'm saying? She respect me as a man. She respect my situation. You know what I'm saying? She, you know what I mean? I told her a couple of things that she didn't really want to accept. What's going to happen with this scenario is that the next time we're face to face, meaning me and her, we're going to have a hard conversation. That's all it's going to do. And I'm going to ask her certain questions, you know what I'm saying, that I'm gonna have to get certain answers from. You know what I'm saying? And her actions are gonna have to follow. Well, her actions are gonna show based off of the answers that she gives to me, and then I can make a determination out of that scenario. Because I'm just being honest right here. Truth be told, hearing everything what everybody's saying, I'm just not gonna get on the phone and, hey, look here, you got 2 kids, we done. I can't do it. I deserve more. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been in this situation for 36 months. You see what I'm saying? But with this, with how I think, you see what I'm saying, and me being loyal, I would think me as a person, well, shit, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do this, do that. And I know if I drop off the face of the earth, hell ass going back to the mud, dirt, and she can't even gonna be able to put food in the refrigerator. And I'm supposed to say, that's not my problem when I've been feeding them for 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Los, that's where I need to come in. And it's like, I don't know if you guys believe in the law of the universe and the law of attraction and all of that. But this comment came right on time. Shout out to Garden Scientist. Not the first part where he says, I keep these women chasing carrots. But when he says, Los, when you talk like you sound like you're trying to convince yourself, but deep down, you know things are sketchy. That's not your responsibility. Like Russ said when he came on, if your mindset is a poverty mindset to be like, listen, I'm going to give up the villa with the house and the pool and the bar, and my mom has a job and my sisters have English classes and I'm free and I could be happy to suffer. Go ahead. My problem with my past relationship, and I haven't gotten into it at YouTube. My problem was that I was trying to convince somebody to see what I am. You know what you are. If you know what you are, and that should speak for itself. That should not convince anybody. Period. It shouldn't be like, man, okay, I was doing this for them first, but if I stop doing this, how am I gonna get it? Yo, believe it or not, they'll be fine. They were fine before you, right? They'll be fine without. It's not your issue. I know with your heart, you're a Scorpio, by the way. Not even
Pisces, but I don't believe in astrology.
Astrology plays a part. Law of the universe, look into it. But that's not your responsibility. And this is what Jorge and I spoke about in our last live, that the women in these countries with the environment and the way it brought up, and fellas, if you have anything else to say, chime in on this, but they know how to tug at your humanity. They know how to play your heartstrings like a harp. They know how to put your heart on their shoulders and tug at that shit like a violin. They will play that to get at what they want.
Beautiful
Now,
words.
it's up to you to give them an out of tune instrument. They be like, nah, baby, this saxophone don't work. Nah, you ain't playing this instrument. Nah, the keys are out of whack.
Especially when there's kids.
Yeah.
You know, especially if she got kids and she don't, and what you're doing, not even a father's doing, and she doesn't have the common sense. It's not even pride at this point. It's common sense. She doesn't have the common sense to protect you, not even the situation, to protect you for what you're bringing to her. Bro, fuck that.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have that issue, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that issue. She does what
I just realized I was on mute the whole time and I'm talking, but it's all good. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, the majority of the things that a brother would look for in a woman, she has those qualities. The problem is that she at times, because this is not all the time, so when you raising a child, right? And I'm just trying to make a parallel. So you raising a child, you have to teach the child certain things in order for them to be able to develop a healthy scenario for that situation, right? So this is a little bit of a situation because she didn't come from no great scenario. Her mama had 15 children, 15. Okay, she ran away from home at 14 and left Colombia and went to a whole nother country at 14 years old. How many 14-year-olds doing that? You know what I'm saying? Just period, anywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? for whatever reason that is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go too deep far in that to scenario, talking to her about it. Just the fact of me knowing that, like, well, damn, what's going on here? Well, why would you make that type of decision? You don't know nothing at no 14 years old to be making no move like that. So in my mind, she was never even taught certain things fundamentally to be able to progress in life. All of the stuff that she's doing now, she learned later on. Like she knows English. She taught that to herself. How many women you met in these different countries that go and learn something on their own because they have their own, they want to do it themselves. You see what I'm saying? I'm just telling you certain things that where I look at it and I was like, well, damn, because this women in the United States is not even going to take the initiative to go learn something. They'll rather get it from you. You know what I'm saying? As a man, and just sit on it. Yeah, they video blog it every day. Oh, I'm going to take his money and I'm going to do this. And then if he leave, I'm going to just go do it to the next one. She ain't like that at all. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, there was one time where, you know, and she never uses the kids to play on my heartstring. Oh, you know, the kids need this, or can you do? She's never done that ever. I put that on my grandpa. Never done that to me. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the things that a lot of people are picturing in their mind about the scenario that I'm in, I haven't encountered that. The things that I'm sharing about what I don't like is because I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I could be in another situation where I may not have to deal with that, but because of these other situations, I'm like, well, shit, if I ain't dealing with this, but now I got to deal. I'm dealing with, or I'm talking to a chica now where we just talk to each other because she ain't really my girl. You know what I'm saying? Especially after I found out that I'm not dealing with no chica in no fucking house arrest. Hell, you can't even travel. You know what I'm saying? If I want you to go somewhere with me, you can't even go. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's a roadblock right there. But if and when I have to give this situation up, what else am I going to encounter? What else, like Dre was just saying, what is it about me of why am I attracting? Well, shit, I don't think that I'm a person that, you know what I'm saying, just naturally attracts.
Well, when you say what else you're going to encounter, it sounds like you're settling, brother. I'm just saying those.
Well, yeah, I can see the point of what everybody's saying. It sounds like I'm settling, you know, and then I cut off a whole section of people too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just only deal with black women.
Hey, but I need to close out the panel. I got one last question, but just get my number from Dre. Dre got my number because I definitely want you to reach out to me at any given moment because I've been there where it's like I felt like I had to be there when in honesty I didn't have to be.
You're right.
I get that. That's the heavy price you pay when you have a big heart.
That's what I'm dealing with.
Having a big heart in this world ain't always good, brother.
And you're right. Because my ex-wife in America for 12 years took advantage of that situation. 12 years. You know what I'm saying? I was married for 12 years. And she took advantage of all of that. And at least for about 3 of them, she was playing hopscotch on my heart. You know what I'm saying? You see? So I've been there already. You understand what I'm saying? And I really want everybody to understand that this ain't no upset situation. And I am listening. I'm not offended by anything. But there's a whole dynamic that I'm just not gonna put out there because it's personal information.
It's all good. Just letting you know, like, yo, this is YouTube. This is ChapapatTV. Jay's been here plenty of times, and he's said a whole bunch of shit to the point where I've lost subscribers, but fuck it, because the truth needs to be heard. Listen, you gotta do what's best for you, but what's best for you doesn't involve what's best for others. Because for those who really care about you, what's best for you and what's best for them will gel like this.
Well, so I guess this is the question for all four of y'all. How would I recognize if she does not care about me and to treat me the way that I should be treated?
You know how you recognize
that was
you know how you recognize apart from the 11 notes that Dre has, when you have to explain something about her and you throw a but in there. That's it. Once there's a but, that's the red flag. That's the dark side creeping in. That's the dark side. The but, there shouldn't be no but Dre,
Oh,
do you
now
have-
I see what you was putting. That's a Darth Vader. I was wondering. I was like, what the heck is
You
he
just
doing?
getting
Okay,
that.
got it now.
Dre,
May 4th.
May the
Dre,
fourth
do
be
you
with you.
Dre, do you have any butts in your
Today is,
situation?
No. You guys, if you guys have watched me, you guys have watched me for almost 5 years, man. Let's be real. You guys have never heard me with one scenario say this or that about you. You literally watched me 2-3 years before I even asked her to marry me. You literally watched us move into our apartment. You've literally watched us travel to DR and Mexico and other locations. You've never heard me one time when it comes to talking about what Andre does for me, ever having to use the conjunction but or however or any other conjunction that coincides with that grammatical statement. I don't have that because prior to, notice I haven't had to use the word but because prior, or in other words, why, prior to meeting Andrea, I had my standards. And they were not going to be compromised for the nicest of the nice, the cutest of the cute, the finest of the fine, the richest of the rich, or the smartest of the smart. Because standards are set for your long-term goals. So I sit back, I need somebody that can hold these standards for 20, 30 years while I'm still on this planet, not for 20, 30 weeks or 20, 30 months. So that's where your standards lie. But at the end of the day, it's every man's got his own choice. Every man is gonna have to walk his own path, his own journey. It's just like with Andre, Los already said he did that in the States. So why are we acting so surprised? And we can't even act as if Los is surprised that he's doing the same behavior pattern? And that's what it is. Let's be real. We're in the barbershop behavior pattern that he did. He just said, I did that rescue-ish or big heart-ish behavior in the States with my marriage. And guess what? Even having a big heart in my marriage to the woman that were the parents to my own children, I'm paraphrasing, with low situation, it didn't work out. How much more if I take this same behavior pattern to another country with another man's children? Am I really expecting this to work out if it didn't work out in the States with somebody I was married to and had children by, and I'm not even married to this person, and I don't have children by them? So I'm using the same behavior pattern trying to make them successful, but it looks like you're using the same behavior. You said this. I'm quoting you.
No, I'm saying small correction. Me and my wife of 12 years did not have children together. She accepted me with my children.
Okay, I got you on that. So thank you very much, Los. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
But I mean, you and I have always talked about your kids, but I thought it was not the same.
Nah,
person.
yeah,
Okay,
she accepted me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I had a woman who accepted me with my stuff.
Okay, so wait a minute.
My point is with the big.
Wait a minute.
Hold on for a split second, Kings, because I want you to get out everything that you say. My point is that you already said that behavior pattern, you used it in the States and it ended in a divorce. You said that in regards to having the big heart. You literally grabbed a passport, traveled 6 hours away, plotted on another continent, used the exact same behavior pattern and expecting different results. And we all know what the definition of insanity is. Doing the same thing, but expecting different results. And so if you knew that over here it ended in separation or divorce, why would you take or think that success is suddenly going to come by taking the same behavior pattern and being the big-hearted person, and at the same time the heart of the other person may or may not be, I don't know her, as big as your heart is? Because every time you describe her, is never in a situation. If anybody backtrack on any YouTube channel when it comes to Andrea, it's nothing but praise, 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 spewing out my mouth, praise. And then the funny part, nobody has ever had to hear me say but or question my praise, because you all saw it unfold. You see what I'm saying? It's so everything about, if I say something about Andrea, it all unfolds. You all know, y'all know if I'm, wait a minute, if Andre, he said Andre did this for him, but wait a minute, 2 years ago in the episode, he said she ain't go to school. So you guys know it all. Not one time have I heard you mention, since I've known you, any type of praise in regards to how this person is taking your life forward. And the reason why I'm saying this, guys, not just towards Los, I'm saying this for any male or female that's going to be in relationships with somebody in these other countries. One of the greatest statements that I've heard since I've been doing YouTube was what Chapapa said. He said this before. They grab our humanity. The United States is known for, statistically, just stats, we give more to more countries. We have more fundraisers. We give to more charities than any other country in the world. We're trained. We're programmed to have our purse strings and our heartstrings and our humanity pulled up on. We're raised to be like that. That's why we have youth centers and nonprofit programs and communities, because we are trained to focus on the humanity, helping humanity, even though sometimes in the States it doesn't seem like it, but we're trained. That's why we give millions upon millions every year to programs into countries that sometimes don't even deserve it, because that's America and our humanity. To where other countries may not give a dime to another country to help them out. It's also the same way we are as individuals. So when we come to these other countries, they pull on that Sally Struthers in each one of us for the price. And we do this. Well, it only costs and that's why Sally Struthers used to say that in the 60s on the commercials. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can feed Timmy and his family for the next week. It's the exact same thing that these women do, and the same thing that we put in our head. That's why Jorge was saying we focus on the price because it doesn't cost as much as if you had done it for a family in the States. And since it doesn't cost as much, it seems like it's not as demonstrative or destructive in our lives. But in the long run, it will hit us. Even though it may not hit us economically, it'll hit us in regards to opportunities, because we passed up the good girl who was supposed to be the one for you, or the good women that were supposed to be the ones for you. And at the end of the day, we sat back and we hung out and tried to make it, because men we love to take an old Corvette and make it work and make it look good. Look at this vet. I put it together. I was the one that sat up there for 4 years and put together and made it look good. It's wonderful to sit back and say, I was the one that got the kids through karate school. I was the one that made sure, look at them walking across stage. I did that. We love that feeling. But a part of it is not because the person, we care about these people as far as like, I'm in love with helping these kids. A part of it is that the people here, especially the women, have that magical ability to pull on the American humanity, who we are. That's the one thing that I can't say about America. We might be some crazy, tore up, got some stuff to work on people. But the one thing that no other country in the world can say compared to us, we have more humanity, and statistically that's a fact, than any other country in the world. And these women in these other countries know to tap into it, and they take advantage of it, especially if they're beautiful and gave us some hella good sex.
The only thing that I have in disagreement with you and what you said is the fact of what woman is going to enhance my life or situation, meaning how you and Andrea set up. In my mind, can't no woman do, Andre, you know what I'm into and you know what I do. Ain't no woman finna walk into my situation and help me doing what I'm doing. First of all, I'm in technology. A lot of these women don't even have that mental capacity. That's number one. I'm with a startup in technology. So, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm just seeing you.
I'm gonna practice my Portuguese a little. Oi.
Você fala português?
Mais ou menos.
Mais ou menos é legal. Tudo bem com você?
Você muito mal esta noite.
Muito ruim.
Really, guys, really, we're doing a D swinging right about now.
My Portuguese trash, but yo, give me till September, Charles. Charles, give me to September. I got you. But yo,
There we go.
Hey,
Los,
I'm listening. I'm listening.
You live in Bogota full time?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Well, my apartment is in Bogota, but I go back and forth from Cartagena, and I travel around to the other cities around here too. But I go
Okay, so majority of the year you're in Colombia.
Yes, all of the
And
year.
you and you don't
There's
have
no
to go
going
back
to
to
the
the
United States.
and you don't have to go back to the United States to clock in and work.
Hell nah, I got a visa, brother. I'm not going back to. I'm on Andre's path. I listen to this, brother. I follow. I listen to what he's saying, whether he believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not going back to America.
I need to take the hat off and talk to you, young buck to OG, and I never do this. You're in Colombia, and I want all of my subscribers because we're all free. This is the barbershop right now. Ladies too, men, comment right now. How many of you would love to be in Los's situation where you could live in Colombia, don't have to go back to the US to get your dollar, and you're free to choose to live however you want? Los, it makes no sense what you're doing right now. You're in Colombia. You don't have to be in the Matrix. You have all these states. You have Bogota, Cartagena, Barranquilla, Medellin, maybe not Medellin.
Turbo.
You have Santa Marta, Cali, all of these places so huge, bro. I've been to Bogota and I love Bogota because it gives me that New York vibe.
12 million people.
But yo, you're in Colombia, bro, where maybe the love of your life, maybe your love crossing border could be in that little small town between Cali and whatever other state is next to Cali. You don't know, but you're settling in the big city in Bogota. You're settling, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just met you tonight. I appreciate your heart. I know it, but you are not getting your life's worth. You're settling. Stop settling. Stop making excuses. Dre had the time to sit down and write down 11 butts, no's, I can explain. If he has 11 after 3, it should have been red flag because that's what the topic is tonight, red flag. And I believe you hopped in this live for a reason. And you accepted the link for a reason. And that reason, so you can listen to TaylorMade, you can listen to Jorge, you can listen to Dre, you can listen to Kings, Charles, whatever, and gather all these notes because you know you have some type of unrestlessness in you. Brother, I know.
There's a bit.
You can watch all my past videos.
There's some unrest.
You can watch all my past videos. I don't front. I share my L's. I share my L's with a smile on my face. Why? Because I want to give brothers, sisters, women, especially the ladies, got to protect the ladies, the fair chance. Like, yo, I got the notes on YouTube from this channel on how to maneuver. Man, I got the notes on YouTube when I retire and I want to go to Colombia. Okay, boom, I seen Dre. I seen Chapapá with Dre. I seen Jorge with Dre. Boom, I seen Russell with Dre. I know Russell had this situation in DR. Let me know for that. It's all about learning. But, bro, the day we make excuses for ourselves, we fail ourselves. You feel the way you feel, where it's like you're not happy, you're not complete, and that's you have nobody else to blame but yourself. You know why? Because you're the man at the end of the day with a United States passport, United States income, living in Colombia. Colombia. I wish I could live in Colombia. I can't. I don't know shit about fuck from Colombia, but I want to live there. I can. But you live there. You live in Bogota. You speak Spanish?
Un poquito.
Un poquito. You have some Spanish. But just the fact that you yourself, what you bring to the table, American, working, don't got to stress about food, electricity, whatever, young, in shape, good looking. Yo, you have so much of what other people in the world will literally die for. And you have something that a woman would hold on to like this and not let go of. Brother, it's time to put a price tag on your value. And when I say price tag, I don't mean a thrift shop price tag. No discount. Ain't no type of discount. Ain't no feminine discount, no military discount, no senior citizen, no discount. What's your price tag in Colombia? That's what you need to ask yourself. What's your price tag in this world in general? With that heart, you got a price tag on it, but that shit's gonna cost. Not everybody can afford it. Right now, you're putting yourself, like Dre said in one of his lives, you're the low-hanging fruit right now. You're accessible to everybody. Put yourself at the top of the tree. Let a motherfucker climb to come get you.
It's facts.
Because
So
the best fruits are always at the top.
all I need Andre to do is when I show up down there in Cali in 2 weeks is put me in front of them females, them type of females. Trust me.
You gotta wait for me because you gotta wait for me.
That was just a joke. That was just.
I got you.
I've been trying to get a word in for like 30 minutes, and I ain't gonna hold you. But I'm saying this is the host, so like I let him cook, man, and the young man has some bars, man. So I'm listening. But
it's all good. I agree totally with what you're saying, and I'm not disputing the fact that that I may be that low hanging piece of fruit. You understand what I mean? But I'm not a monger. I'm not that.
No, we're not saying Peter Monger. All right, so perfect. Perfect. I'm glad you say that. Los, the universe is literally throwing Hail Marys down the field at you, bro. And you Randy Moss. Shout out to my bro Winnie that just joined the chat. Yo, he went out to Colombia for the first time in April, and he at 30 years old 31 got the treatment that he has never gotten in his life in Colombia with a passport and just being himself, but knowing where to look, what to accept. That gotta be you, Los. Know what to accept. Don't say that, bro. When I tell you I was there, bro. I was there where it's like, shit. All right, I have 6 months. Shit, I have 8 months. Shit, I have a year with this lady. Let me not give up. I'm not gonna get that time back, the money, whatever, this and that. Let me keep doing this. Maybe she could change. Maybe she could see I'm good for her. Maybe she, bro. Fuck that, bro. People, the universe, like things happen for a reason. Like people come into your lives for a reason. I didn't know I was gonna meet Dre. I didn't know I was gonna hear Dre's situation and be like, shit, it's like that. When you move, I didn't know I was going to meet Jorge, where Jorge will literally give me slaps on the face every day. Like, yo, what the fuck are you doing out here in the Dominican Republic? Why are you settling? And you're young, you got this and that, travel, be like, yo, don't do it. Don't do it, bro. It's not worth it. Trust me, I know you feel bad because the attachment, us as men, we have more logic. We have more drive to really protect the things that we felt we invested in. But yo, even the captains jumped off the Titanic when that shit was sinking.
Yeah, I ain't worried about.
You know why they call it a relationship? You know why they call it a relationship? Because ships sink. And you know it's love as soon as you fall in it because shit stinks. What ship are you going to go down with? Don't make excuses.
These all true facts. No excuses. I ain't making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Straight. That's definitely not the case. Trust and believe me when I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? But just to hear a different perspective, because I talk to Dre a lot and I talk to Kings a lot. You know what I'm saying? So but I want to hear what Charles got to say in regards to what he heard from me. And also, I want everybody to remember I did tell y'all that during this 36-month time frame, I disappeared from her ass for 6 months. And stop doing all of that. She'll tell you that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know nothing. She didn't get nothing from no phone calls, no nothing. I can separate. That's not the problem. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the problem at all. But anyway, Charles, just hearing what you heard from me so far, what is your perspective?
You're comfortable in your situation. You're very comfortable in your situation. I know you said you're going to go to all these places, but deep down inside, you're comfortable. I'm not going to say the S word, settling, but you're comfortable. I feel like you want to leave, but at the same time, you're just sitting on that proverbial couch and you just do not want to get up and move. And back to Andre's main points where he was talking about insanity. It's our programming. It's how we were programmed in the United States, how to court, how to date, how to form relationships, all that. When we go to all these foreign countries like Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, Japan, Singapore, whatever, we import our Americanisms wherever we go instead of getting into the country, learning the culture, more importantly, learning the subculture of this whole dating thing, of this whole relationships or whatever. But Los, bro, I feel like you're comfortable in your situation. And I feel like Ruth, she's dropping gems right now. I don't know if you're
As a
paying
woman,
attention to YouTube. She is giving you, she's telling you what it is. Like,
as a
you're comfortable.
female,
You are comfortable. And I know it sucks. It sucks hard because of the kids. I know, the kids are yours, not yours, or whatever. It goes back to what Andre says. She inadvertently, subconsciously tugged on your heartstrings.
not subconsciously. That this.
Well, I'm not saying direct, it's like indirectly, like you see the kids and your natural instincts is to have your paternal instincts kick in. Like you want to help. Like you quoted a Bible verse, be a father to the fatherless. That's what that's the trap that, it's set. I feel like you don't want to be with her anymore, but you don't want to leave those kids. That's my gut feeling. If that makes sense. I feel like if you can just get rid of the girl, adopt the kids, and go find a new woman, that would be your ideal situation. I'm not talking, I'm not trying to talk bad about her because I don't know her. But I feel like that's what your ideal situation would be. You want to travel, you want to take the kids traveling. She said to be a police officer. That's great. That's wonderful. But I feel like you don't want to leave her because of the kids. And that's the most dangerous thing that can happen when you date an unattached mother. Not a single mother, because single means one. An unattached mother. That is the most dangerous thing that can happen.
Unattached.
Because most people say single mothers, and there's no such thing as a single mother because a single person is one. When she's a mother, there's two or three or four. There's more than just her. That's why I say unattached. She's not married. She's not widowed. She is available. She is a restricted free agent.
So, Charles, thank you for that comment because it kind of rolls into my last question that I have in the notes for tonight. What can expat women and men and travelers, those who travel up to 60% of the year, do to protect themselves? And let's start off with you, Kings and Dre. And we're just talking in general, not just to Los, but what can expat men and women? Shout out to Ruth, who's been really active tonight. I appreciate you, Ruth. And whoever, what other women I have, other females that I have in the channel watching, thank you. But what can we do, men and women, to protect ourselves in foreign countries from red flags, when we see the red flags, to stop ourselves from driving through them, to recognizing them? What can we do better?
I would say, simplistically, be RP aware. But let me expound on that on a serious note. The thing is that, make sure that you're protecting your resources. Make sure that, whatever country that you're going to, you understand the currency. Make sure that, you get a little bit of understanding of the area of where you're going to. Try to learn, some of the language, some of the key words or things like that. Please, thank you, yes, no, what have you. Try to be conversational, if you will. And if you are an F boy in the States, leave that in the States. you know don't go to the club and throwing money in the air. Like, that's not gonna work, because you have to understand, like, these countries don't have the same resources that we have in the United States. So really being aware, and I'm gonna, circle back into what I mean by being RP aware, just understanding that, as a man, like we are the commodity. Like there is more of them than there are of us. And I've said this plenty of times, and I will continue to say that, no one can debunk my argument because it is proven facts. There are more women in the world than there are men of races, genders, colors, whatever it is. There are more of them than there are of us. So we need to really make sure that we stand our ground. So that that's it in this most simplistic form. And you know, definitely shout out to you for having me on the channel, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you stopping by. What you got, Dre?
Learn from, and I know we as men don't want to do this, but one of the gifts that I've picked up is I learn from the local men of the country that I'm going to. I literally watch the local men and what they're not going to put it, because they know these women better than we do, and they're successfully in relationships, and they're successfully raising families, and they're successfully doing this and that. And if the local, and I know like in Colombia it's machista, I hope, or machista, I hope I said it correctly, but at the end of the day, I know that there's certain things that just like you don't want to do everything or emulate or imitate everything the local men do, but there is a certain percentage of when you sit back and the female walk up to you and say 100,000 pesos, and you know a local dude for the same chick just walked out the same brothel and he paid 2,000 pesos. You better look at him with the audacity of the local man and say, I'm not paying 100,000. Better take this 15,000 or I'm out. And you better believe they'll take that 15,000 because they know that's equivalent to like 3 or 4 or 5 local men. So a lot of times I pick up on the cues of the local men. If I go to the Middle East, I know that women know that if they have a child out of wedlock, they're basically shunned. It is not the local men are like, it is not my responsibility to raise another man's lion cubs. It's my responsibility to raise my own lion cubs. That stepfathering is not a global phenomenon. I don't know where we get that from, but it is not a global audience. Please
Technically, it's a
realize
beta male move. Not to say people are beta though.
with the baby mama, that is not what global local men do. There are so many countries that if a woman has a child outside of wedlock, she knows she done on a marriage circuit. She know that. Only in the United States and in the West, we talk that stepdad and this step. Here in Colombia, how many dudes you see with somebody else's kid?
Nope.
You don't.
Nope.
You don't see no dude dating a chick that got somebody else's kids. Where his kids, yeah, somebody else's kids, and that's why I say, and I'm going to stop my rambling. Follow some of the patterns that the local dudes have, because you cannot take the full scale American experience and think it's going to fit into the puzzle of the other country's experience, because all the local men are sitting back looking at you like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, that's green. That's part of getting gringo, bringing your own experience to another country and you paying the price for it.
Basically, you just said the same thing I did. But yeah, no, I got you, big. I got you, big bro. Somebody WhatsApp is open.
That's me. Hotline blinking right now. Y'all already know it's witching hour.
Nah, it's all good, man.
So to back up all of the stuff that they were saying, just taking away from my personal situation.
I thought Charles was gonna go and then you was gonna close out.
End it.
Let Charles go. Charles? What can men and women expats do and travelers do to protect themselves from red flag situation?
Well, I'm gonna just piggyback on what Andre says and just learn the culture, learn the subcultures. I know you said earlier about language learning does not help. I'm going to disagree. It does help get you out of a lot of situations, because you're not going to stay in the tourist area forever. You're going to eventually venture out to different spots, and in that, the language is going to be real prevalent. Like, where in Brazil are you right now?
I'm in Niterói, actually.
Niterói, so you're in Rio. So you're outside of the tourist area just a little bit. So
that's how I like to move.
yeah, you're gonna have to learn Portuguese out there because there's not much. You're not in Copa, you're not in Barra Tijuca, Ipanema, Copacabana, all those places, in Leblon. You're gonna have to learn. You're in the shit, so you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to adapt, and that goes for any expat. It's cool to find your own community, to find that little safe haven in case you got to get your driver's license, you got to get your medical, you got to get all that. You got to have that foundation, but eventually you're gonna have to branch out, and you're gonna have to learn. Like what Andre says, take cues from the locals. Stop trying to Americanize your dating. Stop trying to Americanize your whole experience. We left the United States for a reason. We didn't leave it to go find another United States. I understand there's a
Exactly.
comfort in finding a fellow American expat community because I see it with my coworkers from Brazil, from Puerto Rico, from the Philippines, everywhere. They kind of click up with their own. They branch out to their little sections in Dallas, but they know that they kind of have to venture out into some Americanisms as well. So that's how they're able to survive. They got to learn English. They got to learn, hey, we can't just go to our places, even though they will. They got to kind of venture out to like a Walmart or a Costco or whatever to find some stuff that can kind of help them out in what they're trying to do. So we got to do the same thing in the inverse. We can't expect everyone to have that American mindset. They don't. Whenever a girl tries to pull on your heartstrings, you got to vet her. You got to question her. You got to check her, double check her, and triple check her, and make sure that her intentions are pure, and make sure she doesn't see you as the Bank of Chapapa, the Bank of Andre, the Bank of Los, and the Bank of Kings and Dreams. That shit is over. The stock market has crashed. We're in a recession, girl. What you gonna do? You gonna survive with me, or what you gonna do?
Charles, I like you, Charles. I definitely shoot me an email so we can exchange contact because I definitely like to sit down with you. But what you said about being outside the tourist area in Brazil and the language, this is my first time in Brazil. If you guys watching the channel, for those of you new to this live stream, first of all, let me say thank you and welcome. Please subscribe, like the videos, and stay tuned. But I did that on purpose. I came to Brazil first time, no lick of Portuguese, but I literally threw myself in the lion's den so I will be forced to learn and adapt. Because I didn't come to Brazil to turn Brazil into Kansas. I came to Brazil to camouflage with Brazil. So
Well,
I'm here.
well,
I'm here,
in there for you. So just check her out.
yeah. I said a link you put. I was just talking to a teacher tonight about private lessons. I'm here in Niterói. I'm here in the Lions Den. No Portuguese, but that's how you got to do it because I'm not trying to be on that tourist time. There's a difference between tourist time. I'm here for a week, 2 weeks max, baby, until and the difference like I'm here. I don't have no return flight. Dre got no return flight. Lowe's got no return flight. I got no. I'm here for the get go, for the get down, for the hold down hootenanny. Natty. So I'm working on the Portuguese. Like I literally just go out. I just talk. I have Spanish, so it's just something that I'm trying to build up. But like I said, give me till September to be able to like talk with you back and forth, not be fluent up to the point where I could curse somebody out. Give me till this December to do that because I need to know how to curse out people in different languages in different cultures. It's a necessity where I have to tell you, fuck you, vete a la mierda, get my annual, all of that stuff in different languages. So definitely give me till August. We're gonna chop it up, Charles. Definitely, Charles, hit me up on the email.
Muito legal. Em setembro podemos falar em português.
Desculpa.
Muito bem. Em setembro, shit, now you made me mess up. In setembro, possamos falar em português.
Sí, todo bem.
Podemos.
Eu tenho falar português contigo.
Você carioca. Carioca, né?
Almost.
And most importantly, everyone, you can leave your situation. You can leave.
Like you say, you can't leave. You got the options. and that means in all types of sense. You could move to a country where you're expat and you could still leave, right, Dre?
Absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I know we talk about travel, man, but the thing is, man, as long
Thank
as
you,
we
Don
stay,
Omar.
yeah. Oh, that's my man. Speaking of
Yeah.
Don Omar, I will be live with my brother Don Omar, and we're gonna be talking about how learning the language, or at least understanding somewhat of the language of the country that you are traveling to, will help you beneficially as far as getting around, getting to different places, meeting the ladies, men. So yeah, tune in tomorrow night, man. We are live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kings and Dreams channel is up. We are going, man. It's a good one. It's a good one. Shout out to my bro, Profe Don Omar, man.
Oh yeah.
I was in the tourist area and I got away with my Portuguese. So
Charles, you out here in Brazil, or you travel for often, or?
I travel often. I was there in February. I'm trying to go back. I miss it too much. And I will warn you, post Brazil depression syndrome is a real condition. It is a real condition.
I feel it because
I know
me
you do.
think, me thinking, damn, I gotta go back to DR to sell my stuff, get rid of this, get rid of that in the month of June. I'm like, shit, let me see if I could just throw this out the window, leave this in the street, just so I could come back in July. Yo, the vibe is amazing. And I don't know how to explain it. Just the people, the weather, the I don't, bro. I literally just walk around. I got videos that I need to put together, and my thoughts are just so conjuncted. Like I don't know, but I just want to be able to share the vibe of Brazil, you guys. It's like it's nice, it's relaxing. I guess it's a breath of fresh air compared to the DR. Still love Colombia. That's why I can't really decide. Damn, Brazil, Colombia, Brazil, Colombia. So I'll probably just end up doing both,
There you
maybe.
go. There
But
you go.
but Dre affected my decision in a way because I know he's leaving Colombia soon. So I'm like, I bet I don't gotta put rules down there right now because Dre's leaving. Man,
Yeah, but don't forget his wife is Colombian, so he's gonna be, he's gonna have to pull up again.
Yeah, she already told me we got to be here at least 2 months out of the year,
Yeah.
November and December, because everybody's birthday is in November, then the holidays in December. So we got to be here
Yeah.
2 months of the year.
I hear
Unless
you
we
know,
want to go to Europe,
Scorpio
but
season the best season.
yeah,
I
I
don't know
know,
about
right?
that, but yeah. Well, shout out to, yeah, okay, shout out to Andre. Yeah. All right, cool.
All the Scorpios in our family, so we got to be here for everybody's birthday.
Aquarius is where it's at, man.
Man, you in the best family, Jay. Let me say that. Definitely.
Yeah, we're good people,
Nah,
man.
Virgo's
I
over
give them that.
everyone.
Oh, no love for
Virgo's over
Aquarius.
everyone.
All right, you know what? Have a good night. That's it.
Well, yo, fellas,
All
listen.
right, be quiet, Charles. He put the peace out. He's
Listen,
like, bye.
listen,
What's your
definitely.
side, Charles?
I definitely want to get on a live with the Colombian panel. So let's set this up. Dre, Los, Kings. I know you're heading out there Monday. Charles, I don't know. Charles, where you said you are again?
I'm back in the States. I'm in Dallas.
Okay, you're back in the
You're in
States.
Dallas. Okay, gotcha.
I definitely want to get
And I'm only
a
going to
Colombian live going because I told the people I'd be fair in terms of all right, my decision leaving the DR, where I'm going, giving both places the opportunity. Because to be honest, I was supposed to be in Barranquilla the end of this month, and I still haven't bought my Barranquilla ticket because I'm just so in love with Brazil. It's insane. But Barranquilla is still on my map for Colombia because in Barranquilla me quedo. Try to go out there. Try to go out there,
Yeah,
try to
My
go out there.
soul right
honestly,
there.
yeah. Honestly, honestly, if I didn't, like if I wasn't with my girl in Medellin, Barranquilla would probably be a place where I would want to start to set roots at, man. Victory! Shout out to you, bro.
Man, right there.
He say that because it's a fan for the Scorpios, man. They ain't too bad, man. You just gotta, watch it. So it's like running sprints in a landmine. You just gotta,
Nah. Drake
That's
can
how they
handle
all.
himself.
That's how all the Scorpios in their family around each other too. They all know to walk on eggshells around each other because they know.
Yeah, Drake can. Hey, listen, man. Drake can handle himself. Don't let that smile and because he living in Colombia. Listen, he'll bring that Detroit out real quick.
Man, listen, you run sprints in an area filled landmine. Is either you're gonna make it through, or you're gonna lose a leg, whatever.
That's it.
I'm just gonna watch y'all do it too.
Okay. Escucha.
But listen,
entonces, yo conozco español. Yo vivo en Bogotá por un año. La gente en Colombia, mucha gente en Colombia no habla inglés por nada, ¿ok? So tú necesitas aprender español. Tú eres un gringo, ¿ok? Estoy orgulloso de mí mismo por lo que hay logrado. Okay, basically what I just said is that I learned Spanish by being here, just what you just said, okay, because the people here don't speak English. You have to learn and you have to immerse yourself in the culture, okay? I'm only saying this because I know that there's a lot of people in the chat that don't know me, and they probably assuming that, Carlos is making some bad. Nah, brother, it's not like that. A lot of thoughts that I make calculated decisions. That's how I move. I might lack in my calculated decisions in some areas of my life, but the most part, it ain't like that. And this is because of how I grew up. I'm from Tampa, Florida. All right.
Shout out Tampa.
Charlemagne the God always tell everybody about the people from Florida. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to the Breakfast Club, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in one of the worst neighborhoods in Tampa, Florida. So the street sense and about how to live in a country that I'm not from is how I apply myself. And I live in a neighborhood called in El Barrio de Números Engativa. El Barrio is solo colombianos y colombianas. Solo, okay? Me, I am the only gringo in my neighborhood. The only. And I know this is because every time I walk to the gym, I'm looking at people staring at me like, what the hell is he doing over here? Why is he coming to this tienda? He's sitting down and eating at this restaurant, and I move solo. I move alone. I don't move around with people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard for me to trust people. It really is, because a lot of people have agendas and stuff like this. This to the topic for the ending or your ending question, right? So for you as an expat moving to a country, I could go and stay in Zona T in Parquet 93. Where the gringos at. I could go over there. I don't want to do that because that's not my experience. That's not why I left the States to get away from them people. You know what I'm saying? So, and I want to learn another culture. I want to see how things are with how people live and move and do things differently other than from what I know and how I grew up back in Tampa, Florida. You know what I'm saying? So it's only smart for a person to come into a situation and immerse themselves in a scenario and learn. I'm probably one of the only dudes that you probably gonna ever meet that's gonna be a lifetime learner on purpose, because there are a lot of people learn stuff by accident. I do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's why my channel says Learn Crypto TV. You know what I'm saying? Because I was an educator for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So I got all of that dynamic going on. And because I know that in the scenarios that I was raised in a single parent household, there's no beta here, because I knew at 14 years old, my mama couldn't teach me how to be a man. I had to go. That's when I started working in 1994, making and generating Social Security then, because I knew my mama couldn't go and stand in line and go get me the Jordans or the King, well, for me, King Griffey Juniors that I wanted, because she couldn't afford it. She couldn't take care of 3 boys by herself. You know what I'm saying? So I went out and started doing things on my own. And then I grew up around all the dope boys. So I saw all kind of stuff growing up. So I just take those situations that I learned in the back of my mind while I was growing up there, and I apply those same situations in this scenario here. You know what I mean? And that's what I think is probably one of the most important things that an expat a younger expat, because I can't talk to somebody that's talk. Well, yes, I can, because there's a lot of dumb old men too. But you know what I'm saying,
Facts.
a lot of the old men that's moving out of the country, they most like Andre and Russ and a few other people that I know, they have their stuff together already, so they're not gonna make the similar mistakes that a guy that's less than 50, less than 45 or whatever, or make moving to a country. So what I would add to that is that don't lose your damn senses, you know what I'm saying, once you get off that damn plane, because you're not going to be able to survive long term in a place where you don't know nothing about how things go. So, you know, immersing in yourself, and then immersing yourself in that culture, and also being a lifelong learner and applying all the situations that you learn while you were away, while you grew up in America, is going to go a long way in helping you to be able to survive, you know, outside, whether you in Panama, Honduras, Colombia, Brazil, Bolivia, you know what I'm saying, wherever you are, you know what I'm saying, it'll help you to be able to survive. And that's why I'm able to sustain myself for so long and move around in these big cities, small cities, dangerous cities, wherever, by myself, because I didn't lose my damn mind when I got off the plane. Ain't no piece of ass is gonna make me, you know what I mean, say, oh man, nah, no, because I know what my worth is. You know, I may settle in certain situations. That is, you know, it's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not faulting that. And everybody got room for correction. Everybody does. You know what I'm saying? Or improvement, should I say? You know, and that's probably what my biggest area of improvement is, you know what I'm saying, recognize a situation in regards to a relationship, recognize the situation that I'm in, or maybe in currently, you know what I'm saying, and see what I need to do in order to be able to, you know what I'm saying, either get out of it, or, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, because I don't know what the future holds. I live day to day, you know what I'm saying, and I execute day to day. I plan for the future, but you don't know if you're gonna wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Because if you wake up dead, I hope y'all caught that. You can't apply nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. If you're waking up dead, you're not waking up.
That's why I said I hope you caught that. You know what I'm saying? You can't apply nothing if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that tomorrow is not promised to anyone. You know what I'm saying? You can have a heart attack, stroke. I had I played college football. I had one of our college football buddies 2 years ago. He passed away in his sleep. He had an asthma attack in his sleep and suffocated. There's a lot of people got asthma today. That can happen to you. So my point is tomorrow's not promised. So you have to live moment to moment, day to day, plan for the future, and, you know what I'm saying, and put your best foot forward in doing that. You know what I mean? And that's really what I would add to your question, you know, in the end. But yeah, I'm not no stupid guy, just so y'all know. I'm not just making no willy-nilly ass decisions, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Nah, Los, you my
we
man.
know.
Well, you know what? I'll let everybody else talk, but Los, you already know you my man, bro.
Those we know. So I got just say, let me shout out this last super chat tonight from Razor Rays.
Double R, my guy.
They have the Matrix, for the love of God. Definitely, bro. We working on it. I hope all you guys can work on it. But yo, Los, you just said that you know your worth.
Yeah.
You know your worth on this wonderful YouTube platform. You said you know your worth on Chapapatv, where we only speak the truth. Nothing but the truth. And if people don't like the truth, I tell them make like a quarterback and take a hype when I snap. If you know your worth, show that you know it. Act like you know it.
Yeah. That's why I made the statement that I know I have room for improvement.
Exactly. Let your actions reflect your words. No more red flags. Like we seen Friday After Next with Baby Joker. No more locked doors. No more red flags.
It sounds like you're about to close up, and it is 1:15, so I'm about to close up. You know,
it is 2:14 over here in Brazil.
Woo. It's what?
2:14.
Oh, well, you know what? You younger than me, man. But listen, man. You know,
you've been waiting to say that,
right?
Huh? I've been waiting to say that, right? I've been waiting to say that.
Shit, I've been drinking Johnny Walker. I'm about to pour out some wine, watch Ozark. Finish up,
man. You need to watch 3%.
Man, listen, listen. You know, I'm Jamaican, so I need some Bob Marley before I do what I got to do. But I'll say this, man. On a serious note, Definitely appreciate you having me on. Dre, you know what it is. Los, you know what it is, bro. My man Charles, I'm gonna hit you up in a minute. Shout out to the chat. This was a great conversation, though, man. This was definitely a great conversation, man. And so let's also keep let's also keep the lines of communication open, man. Let's educate each other and help each other out, man. Because that's all what we're trying to do as black men, right? Because again, I'm 37. Like now, we didn't have outlets like that when we were growing up. Most of us grew up in single parents' home. Like my father died when I was 9 years old, so I didn't have a man to teach me, to help me to become the man that I am today. I had to look to the OGs. I had to go to therapy. I had to do other. I had to use other avenues as opposed to the man who I looked up to, to do that. But we can all look up to each other and learn from each other, man. One thing I will say, man, you're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach, man. And I'll leave it with that, man. Stay purposely purposeful, and shout out to you brothers, and I'm out, man.
Yo, Kings
Much
James,
love,
thank you for
man.
stopping by. And yo, everybody, I just want to, big round of not even a round of applause, just a special thank you to Los, because you guys could see this wasn't planned. Like the brother came, opened up about what he was going through, his issues. We were all able to chime in. We were all able to give our little bit of direction. End of the day, the decision is his, but I believe he's gonna make the right decision. He got Dre in his corner. He got Kings and Dreams. He got this live 3 hours, 34 minutes to come back and rewatch it for notes. But shout out to Los for coming in and open up, because that's not hard to do on a platform in front of
You mean it's
strangers.
not easy, but yeah.
It's like lots of respect for the brother tonight. Definitely, it's not hard. To this day, I still haven't given y'all the full story of my shit. But Los came in, told you what he was doing, open with it, and that was really really dope. Los, I appreciate it, bro. You always have an episode here on Chop About TV. Definitely appreciate it.
No doubt, man. I appreciate
Dre,
it.
my brother. And shout out to Dre also for how I always do. I threw up the bat signal to Dre like an hour before, 2 hours before this live. He's like, I'll be there. And you guys have seen the new Batman movie yet? I'm Jim Gordon.
That movie is fire.
I'm Jim Gordon with the light. Dre is Batman. I throw the light up. Dre pop up in the shadows like I'm here. Just get it going.
Man. Definitely shout out to Dre. He shows up for me and I show up for him. Like Dre will send me a link and I'll look, and the live will be 30 minutes or an hour, before it's about to go live, and I'm tapped in. Like that's it. Whatever I got going on, cancel it, because he'll tap in for me. And I was live. I did 2 lives on Monday, and he tapped in for both of them while he was editing. He didn't have to do that. So yeah, man, that's respect, man. And man, I can't wait until Monday. Hey Dre, man, I told you.
I see you, brother, at the airport, brother. I got you.
I'm hitting the ground running. I'm dropping my bags off. Maybe take a quick shower. That's it. We on. That's it, man.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm short with it. Charles,
Yeah.
I appreciate
Charles also
words.
thank you for being one of the first subscribers to jump in here on Chop Out TV, give your input. Very, very wise input. Appreciate you, Charles. Shout out to Javier for the super chat. Yeah, I'm gonna start taking super chats off of YouTube, because to be honest, I'm in Brazil. I don't reach these super chats. These super chats don't reach me. Y'all
really?
They don't. Y'all want to help the channel out? Zelle and Cash App.
So wait, you can't see them as they come in?
I see them as they come in, but it's just like YouTube takes half, and I'm like,
I see what you're saying. Gotcha,
what I'm gonna do with half? What I'm gonna do with $1 super chat? So y'all want to really impact the channel, help Chop Out get out to these streets with zero Portuguese. I'm in the trenches for you guys. Let's go. Hit up the Zelle, hit up the Cash App. Make sure you guys subscribe to Andre's channel or his channel, my Jordan&Taylormade, TaylorMade Dreams, Kings and Dreams, Los, Charles. Definitely be back on the channel. My brothers, it's been a pleasure. It's been appreciated.
Oh, not me. Not gonna bring me back. All right, I got you. I understand.
I said Kings and Dreams.
Nah, I'm trolling you, bro.
Oh, God. No, you can't do that, bro, because I've been drinking Johnny's all night, so I don't know if I'm bugging or not.
Oh, no.
So you can't do that.
Joking. I was completely joking. No.
Yeah, you got to
No,
understand this brother's humor, man. He come with the sideways humor.
Yeah, him and Charles are like
you gotta give me one. Listen, I'm on the dark
dry
side of the
humor,
force.
man. That will get
I'm
you.
on the dark.
They undercut. They want to do the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Charles got the one-liners.
I'm on the dark side of the force today, though.
No, I always like to be jovial, but I always troll people like in a fun way, not like in a disrespectful way. But I troll people in a fun way, like you know what I mean. Like sometimes I'll be talking to Dre and I'll say something like, "See, there's a bot in here right now." But anyway,
you got a bot in your ear.
Yeah, but like but I'll say something to troll Dre, and I think Dre knows me enough. He'll look past it, he'll laugh, and just keep going. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
man. I like Charles one-liners. I done heard him a couple of times on Zoom to Thailand. You know what I'm saying? So he got a bunch of one-punch liners around here, man. You know what I'm saying? But they make a whole lot of sense. That's why.
Charles. I'm trying to remember like one of those shows like back in the day, like that had like the dry humor, but like it's like so funny when somebody says like the one liner or whatever it is. But yeah, that's definitely Charles. Like he'll say something and like I'll be cracking up, and it's just like, oh man, like wow, yeah, man. So salute to you, Charles, man, my guy, man.
Oh yeah,
man. Hey, brother, thank you for having me on here, even allowing me to come on here and even say what I said. Because I know my situation probably help a lot of other brothers. Like Andre said earlier, there's other people in the audience who probably in a similar situation will never say anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just cut a little different. I don't care what people think or say about me. That has never been. You can say what you want to about me. All I know is, I'm saying, it'd be a different perspective if you know me, but Andre know me on a different level. So, I'm saying, he can talk to me like that. You feel me? But to everybody else, I'm saying, in the chat, I appreciate y'all comments. I read through a lot of them. I saw what Ruth was saying too. I disagree with a couple of things what she was saying, but for the most part, she was dropping gems. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I'll make the best decision in the future. It's no thing. I'm still moving around and moving and grooving and doing what I do. You know what I mean? I appreciate you saying, "Oh, brother, you don't look 42." Yeah, I pride that. That's why I tell people how old I am, because I know I don't look 42 years old. You know what I'm saying? So and I like that. I take care of myself. It's just with certain situations I can make bad mistakes or the wrong choice. You know what I'm saying? So but that's part of why I even mention what I mentioned on the show, to be able to get different perspectives, see what I and then add it all together, and then okay, well, let's move and groove this way, or we're gonna do it this way, or whatever. The case may be. That's how I do. So I don't take nothing to offense from nobody, because nobody can offend me. You know what I mean? And when you have that type of attitude, then you can look this young and beautiful. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Brother, I'm
just bullshitting.
Man. Los, check out that link I sent you in the private chat, that track. And then, fellas, I'm about to end the live. We'll just exchange a few words.
Man, remember what I said, man. You never. Oh, sorry, my fault, bro.
Yeah, King's I'm about to end the live. We'll exchange a few words behind the scenes about to end it. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe to all the channels that were here tonight. Turn on the notification bell for realchapapatv. New subscribers, new watchers. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Much love. Thank you. Would not be here without you guys. But to the next episode, keep your eyes open for that.